What a sick fuck.
The hardest 3 thrusts.
Dude, I'm tripping my balls off.
Come to my house telling me to shut the fuck up and then telling me to reel it back in. Welcome to the Agro Labs podcast. My name is Cameron, and today with me, I got Juan Duarte.
Orale, papi. Orale.
Oh, so we were just chopping it up, man, and we were talking about the CBD, not no THC, but the CBD.
Yeah. None of that terahectacontalenum THC joint, but that CBD, that goodness.
I remember I was with you one time. We went to that one joint,
Bassett's,
dude, and I drank like so much of that CBD.
Yeah,
I didn't feel nothing, dude. Nothing, dude. But yeah, it made my I have like knee problems, and I could tell it was a little easier walking on my knees.
Yeah, but well, I mean, we're dope fiends, so we're looking for a real big something. You know what I mean? Like that CBD probably was hidden, but it's like, yo, once you do dope, it's not the same.
It just covers it up, dude. Yeah, dude. It's just it's a large thin veil that encompasses all of my drug intake receptors of my brain now.
Yeah, they're fucked.
Caffeine, you know, it doesn't do nothing.
What? It makes me shit. That's it.
I take a nice healthy shit in the morning when I drink enough caffeine.
I don't even drink it after I take a dump. I just like give up on it. It serves one purpose. Like, help me shit and then fuck you.
Dude, you taught me the way a long time ago, dude. I was a young lad, still learning life.
Brawny lad.
And you were just taking dumps, smoking cigs while drinking coffee.
Yeah, bro. Feet up on the fucking tub, you know what I mean? Proper form, you know, knees to the chest, just letting fucking turds cut.
The Olympic gold medalist of turds.
Yeah, bro, I cut turds, dog. I got that fucking digestional problem, so I be cutting turds like fucking right now, flared up. I'm taking like a steady 9 dookies a day, bro. You know what I mean?
I've been thinking I have that problem too. Because I've been taking a lot, dude.
Well, yo, I mean, honestly, like after a while when I started I mean, it's my baseline now. When I like take a normal shit, it's not normal to me. Like a regular fucking hard stool is like, nah.
So what's like a normal shit?
A normal shit? That motherfucker comes out looking like pancake batter. You know what I mean?
It's a log, a Lincoln log?
No, hell no. I ain't got no logs, bro. Normal people take fucking turds. I'm just splatting fucking spray on the toilet.
Really?
Yeah.
So I forget what the condition's called. What's the condition?
Ulcerative colitis.
Is that genetic or is it?
I think so. Yeah. It's some genetic type shit. My whole family got some intestinal, GI tract stuff, and yeah, man.
I'm just keen on the heart attacks and strokes. That's what's
solid.
That's what kills my family. Salt,
right? High cholesterol, inflamed hearts.
I'm gonna die like Elvis Presley, dude.
Solid, bro. Solid. Eating fucking like buttered pancakes with peanut butter on them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think this is the only time I got to have you one-on-one, and that's exciting for me.
Me too, bro.
Because whenever we get around each other, it's such a vibe.
Yeah.
And I like the flow that we have with each other.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
You know? Shit,
I might close my eyes like right now and just ride the wave, baby. You know what I mean? We just got that essence rolling between us. Always have, man. Always have. I was a fan of you the moment that I heard that you told Jake that you were proud of him for not killing himself, you know? Like, I was like, I fuck with that guy. Like, you know?
I heard that lead so many times, and I heard he did a lead recently.
Fire.
And I heard he tore down the fucking house.
Ripped it apart,
yeah, I heard he tore down the house, dude. Mm-hmm. And then I was like, did he talk about when I told him he sucks at killing himself? And they were like, yeah.
Every time. My brother Cameron, he's like, you know, now my brother, you know what I mean? And then me and you are in that league. We're steady in that league, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude. It was cool coming up for us, man.
It really was.
Yeah, dude. We're so blessed, man. And like, the longer I stay in recovery in the community, I can see how we stayed sober now.
Yeah.
Right. Like, there's not many of us who did. Mm-hmm. Right. Like, there's not many of us who did.
Right.
But when the people who did, we created this little small group, and the other people who came in after us created this small little group around other people, and the group just keeps spreading with little,
man.
you know?
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. That's big for me, dude. I'm passionate about that. I'm passionate about creating possibility within people that are hopeless. You know, I love grabbing onto somebody. Like, I've caught a lot of shit about it, you know what I mean? But the truth is, like, I love just seeing that happen where they're like, something's possible, and creating a vibe and being like, now you go do that over there. You know what I mean? And it's just something that I love to do, man.
I never thought this kind of life for me would be possible.
Never.
No, I never envisioned it for myself. And if I did envision it, I was either really grandiose in my thinking, or I was very like low self-esteem, where like I just could never envision myself living a life that I deserve, dude.
For sure.
They call it the imposter syndrome.
What?
Have you ever heard of that?
No. Hold on. Cam gave me a fucking laptop to look shit up. I'm gonna look this up.
It's called an imposter syndrome, man. So it's like, basically, even when you're supposed to be where you're supposed to be at, whether it be a job or life or, you know, whatever the case might be, you still feel like you don't belong. You still feel like you don't deserve it.
Yeah. What is it? Says imposter syndrome, IS, refers to an internal experience of believing that you are not as competent as others perceive you to be. Whoa. Whoa.
Yeah, dude.
While this definition is usually narrowly applied to intelligence and achievement, it has links to perfectionism and the social context. Fuck me.
How about when people think you're better than you actually are?
Whoa, that's fucked.
You know what I mean?
Yo, that happens a lot with people in recovery.
Yeah,
you know what I
dude.
mean? Like, yo, this motherfucker's got a year straight. He's been through his steps. Like, this dude might as well just sit on a throne. And then it's like, yo, you're human, bro.
You made a mistake, dude.
You made a mistake, cuz?
Bro, you put your fucking pizza rolls in a microwave?
You're tripping, cuz. Get it together, dog. We practicing spiritual principles.
At work, people ask me questions. I'm just like, I don't know.
I don't even know anymore, bro. You know? Yo, what's right and wrong? Who knows? God works in mysterious ways. You know? I don't know.
Yeah, man, that's what it was for me, man. I felt like, especially in recovery, I felt like this sense of like, I shouldn't be here. This isn't for me. This isn't. I don't deserve this. You know what I mean?
Dude, for me, I didn't feel that coming in. I didn't feel that, and I don't necessarily have that feeling too often, or haven't really experienced that though. Personally, I can see where that happens, though. I could understand that, but I don't feel like when I got sober, it was like, nah, fuck this. I want to live. I deserve to live, and everybody else does too. You know what I mean? I didn't feel that way.
I had that chip on my shoulder when after I relapsed. You know, after I relapsed, I got this real fucking chip on my shoulder. Like, you know what? You're gonna fucking do this, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're gonna man up.
Yeah.
You're gonna stop being a pussy to
You
yourself.
did too.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like like what do I got to lose?
You were done, right?
I was tired of this shit, dude. Dude, it was crazy. As I meet some people and they remind me of myself, and I'm like, dude, I was that big of a fucking douchebag. Yeah,
isn't that crazy though? Like what's wild is like, yo, man, dude, like being a provider, you know, of some sort, and it's like, yo, be careful with this, be careful with that, you know, don't do this, watch this behavior, it leads to this or it leads to that. Like, we didn't follow too many of those rules, and we made it so far, you know.
By the hair of my chinny chin chins, dude.
Right, that's grace, right? I think they call that grace or some shit. I don't know.
I recently got a video from sent to me by Eric, and it's a video of me in the hospital, and I'm definitely not lucid, and I'm flipping off the camera. And I got IVs running in me, and I'm flipping off the camera, and I say,
"Get the fuck out of here!"
I say, "You can't keep a fucking Milik down."
Yeah. Yo, I got a video of you when you first woke up. I got videos of Cameron when he was like intubated, bro, and coming out of it just fucking fried, and they're the best.
You have those?
I have them. I was looking at them today. I swear to God,
send those to me.
I got like one that's like 11 minutes long, and you're just fucking out of it.
What am I doing?
Just weird shit.
I heard I was a degenerate, dude.
Dude, you were fucking dumb. You were fucking dumb. Dumb. Like a THDUMB. Dumb.
Dude, I heard I was like arguing with fucking nurses. I was fucking cussing people out, dude.
Yeah, you were just tugging on your nutsack, bro. You just had that fucking hospital gown on and you just lift it up and pull on your nutsack like dudes do, you know? You don't itch your nuts like a scratch on the back. You roll that motherfucker, you know?
Yeah,
You were just rolling your nuts, scratching them, dog. I'm like, what?
That finger roll, dude.
That finger roll, bruh. Do the twist, bruh. That's all the homies out there hearing it right now.
My mom was trying to explain it to me because whether you know it or not, I don't remember anything until like 2 days before I left the hospital.
Yeah, I know.
And so I guess basically they were supposed to give me fentanyl, but my mom told them not to. So they gave me Versed. And Versed it's a pretty heavy duty daddy-o, and the side effect is like how I was acting crazy when I come out of it. So what they were doing is I was just waking up for the Versed and acting a fucking fool.
Just turned you into a schizoaffective.
And then they would just come in and hit me with more Versed. I'd just go down for a day, and then I'd come back up and act a fool. Yeah, dude.
Yeah. You were fried, dog. That was great. That was good.
Yeah, dude.
I was scared.
I wasn't. I didn't
You were
know
fucking
anything,
smashed, dude. Of course not.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude. That was a great time. Wipe my ass. Where's the Versed?
Yo, I'm the dude that always takes pictures in the worst moments, bro. You know what I mean? Like, I got an archive, bro, of like really wild shit, dude. Like, I took a picture sitting at the foot of your fucking hospital bed with your mom and dad there, you know? And like, I like when people pass away or something and people are in mourning, you know, I'll take a picture of it, bro. You know what I mean? Like, low key, like, snap a shot. You know what I mean? And I keep that in the bank. And if it ever, like, I don't know why, but for me, it's like, yo, just like, hey, let me remind you of how good life is right now if you're living. You know what I mean? And if I can't show it to them, I get to see it.
Yeah, I was real lucky, man. I got a lot of support while I was in there.
There you go, man.
I still don't really know quite what happened, but, you know, it's really crazy because talk about looking at photos, dude. So I'm like trying to work out again. And I've seen a picture of myself from a year and a half ago, dude. What the fuck did COVID do to me?
Yeah, bro. COVID will fucking mutate a motherfucker like a Ninja Turtle, bro.
I look like a goddamn fucking... I look like I'm in a goddamn trailer park retirement home, dude.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. Just sucking down fucking carbon monoxide for dinner. That's it. Like, just fried.
Yeah, dude. I got no excuses, dude. And then I got a healthy relationship.
And then you put it on.
Someone cooks for me now,
it's
you
over.
know?
It's over, bro. Once you get locked in a tight relationship with a honey, bro, you know what I mean? Like, bro, all I gotta do is fucking watch Boardwalk Empire and eat fucking biscuits. Like, life's cool, you know what I mean?
I ate 4 slices of pizza last night at 3 a.m.
Right. And lied to yourself because it was really 5. You know what I mean?
It was 5.
Yo, I need to leave out that extra piece for fucking confidence purposes.
I'm doing this thing now where like I work out but don't give a shit about what I eat, and I'm just still fat.
Right. I'm just trying to maintain the current level of fat that I got. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I go to the gym 4 times a week. Still fucking fat as fuck.
Yeah. I ain't getting no fatter, I ain't getting no skinnier, but you know what I mean? We're cool. It's alright. I'm watching Boardwalk Empire and I got back.
Dude, you're looking good.
Oh, dude, I put on a lot of weight again.
Really?
Like, kind of. I think. I don't fucking know.
I think you fluctuate so much, though.
I do. I really do. It comes off easy and it goes on fucking quick, too. But I top out. You know what I mean? I top out at about 230. You know, it's hard for me to get above 230 unless I'm really fucking gluttonous.
What are you, like a stout 6 foot?
Stout 6 foot, dude.
Yeah. Stout 6 foot.
Yeah, fucking like a Pabst Blue Ribbon. You know what I mean? Stout. You know what I mean? 6
It's
foot.
got a nice little hops to you.
Yeah,
Some hops
hops
to you.
and barley, bro. Straight stout. Yeah, that makes me think of staunch. You know, staunch ass motherfuckers.
When
bro.
I hear staunch, I think about you. That's what I think
Really?
about when I hear the word staunch. Yeah,
Dude, we did. Were you at the New Hope lead that I did?
How long ago?
Fuck, last a year and a half ago or so, something like that.
I think I was avoiding something there.
Yeah. Dude, it was great though. Like the staunch thing, the meeting, had a bunch of older cats, long-term sobriety, real serious motherfuckers, from a different era when they were smoking in meetings and shit,
letting motherfuckers die in front of them.
Yeah, here's $20, motherfucker. Go at it,
Come back when you want to.
Yeah, I remember being up there. They got that podium. It's a real serious daddy-o, you know what I mean? Like, you're going up there to present some shit. Motherfuckers want to wear ties when they go to that bitch, I was up in there with the MTV cutoff,
Pull up with a briefcase. All that's in it is a 4-step.
Right. That's it, bro. I did my shit honest and thorough, bro. I remember looking over at the sideline and being like, yeah, you staunch motherfuckers on the wall over here with all the old timers, I was just throwing staunch around at them, bro. It was great. It was great.
Getting real staunchy in there, dude.
Yeah. Like, chill out, bro. We all just here to live.
I think that happens with age, though.
Yeah.
Like when I was real young, it was like the real big things that like scared me and pissed me off and gave fear to me. But now as I'm getting older, it's just the little things. Like, what do you mean I gotta get up and turn off this fucking light?
Yeah.
I already just laid down and locked all the doors.
Yeah. Yo, you right though. Once shit gets comfy, bro. Once shit gets cozy, you know what I mean? Like, yo, I got some coziness. I got like some insulation in my life. My circumstances are manageable. You know what I mean? My relationships thrive in. Like, things I can... And then it's like, man, fuck this light. You know what I mean? and you know what I mean? Like, it's like, fuck this. I'm cool, man. It's weird.
I was all set and primed and ready to have like a good birthday, and I did have a good birthday. Let me just quotate that, where like I maintained my gratitude. But I woke up on my 27th birthday, and it was so cold it was frozen outside. And the minute I took a step from my front door, dude, I fucking ate shit, dude. Just fucking smacked my head as soon as I walked out the door to go to work on a Saturday morning, dude. That I voluntarily signed up for. By the way, I fucking smacked my head on the fucking curb, and I picked myself back up. No big deal. I'm a klutz. Happens all the time.
It's my birthday. We're good.
We're good. We're gonna keep it rolling. I get to my car. I turn the key. Splatter of fluids hit the cement, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Dude, bro, like, God, yo, Sky Papa, what are you doing, homie?
What are you trying to fucking tell me, dude?
Why you slowing me up, bro? I'm just trying to live. The mental health gods were looking for some pay.
Those fucking mental health gods you're talking about, they're rich.
Man, dog, if you ain't paying, bro, they collecting, bro. They collecting. You know what I mean? They coming for it, bro. Shit don't work out the way you want it to all the time, bro.
Oh, man.
Facts.
What's been like the toughest for you, for your own personal mental health? What's been the toughest thing to overcome in your recovery, man?
Oh. Man. I don't know, like, I mean, being nearsighted, typically, like, right, there's a lot of things that are comparable, but recently, I guess I can speak on, this last year was tough. I found myself just learning how to be by myself for a period of time, while circumstances were working themselves out around me, but, trying to live life by myself as a single father was really hard, while my son was going through his own battles. So, like, he was in desperate need of me to step up, and I was equally maybe not equally, because I'm a grown man, but I was hurting, and, like, so I can't really recognize or acknowledge my pain because my son needs me to step up, so, yeah, that was really tough, bro. That was really tough.
Kind of just going through the motions.
Yeah, bro. Big time. I mean, doing my fucking best, I mean, looking back on it, it's like, yo, COVID's here, bro, and like, before COVID happened, this was already popping off, and it's like, get up in the morning, get breakfast and lunch ready, make sure assignments are done, take him to school, go to work, get off work, pick him up from wherever, because my mom's usually, then get home, make dinner, check his homework, clean the shit, do the laundry, go to the grocery store, you know what I mean, all while my heart's hurting because of a bunch of other shit that's happening outside. of that, you know. And then my son's struggling. It's like,
and you just want to lay on the couch,
dude. And at the end of the night, bro, it's like, man, you know, I literally sat at home. I didn't turn on my TV for months, and I would just sit in a room with a blank TV, dog. You know, and I'd sit there, and there's times, especially at the end of the night, praying with my son, trying to comfort him, you know, and, you know, just speak into him the best way I can. But leaving that room, the moment I cross that doorway, I'm like in tears, bro. And, you know, it's dark in the living room, and I'm sitting there, and it's like, in my head, it's like, yo, I don't even know how to reach out. You know, I don't, like, really what I wanted was to just, you know, be held. But
you wanted someone to do what you were doing with your son.
Yeah, pretty much. You know what I mean? But that's just wasn't, you know, like, compounding, like, mental health or circumstantial fucking difficulties don't allow for consistency like that I could give to my son necessarily in those moments, you know? Like, my son gets to call his father to come be with him, you know? But if I'm like, Cam, every night, come fucking tuck me in, like, it don't work, you know what I mean?
Those are those moments that, like, they don't feel good while they're happening.
Yeah.
They're terrible.
Yeah.
Sometimes I go through, like, brief periods where, like, I don't want to be, like, I don't know how to explain it. I don't want to be alone, but I want to be by myself.
Paradoxes.
You know what I mean? And those tough moments you go through in mental health crises or dealing with the mental health gods, man. I get a little bit of reward though when I look back at them, because I'm like, damn, dude, look what I fucking overcame.
A little bit of reward, bro.
Yeah, you know,
that's everything.
You know, yeah, it is,
dude.
Man.
When I like coming out of that season, bro, like, you know, every hardship, like, pain for me, I fuck with the struggle. That was, you know, that's real, man. And, you know, I came out of that situation, like, survived it and did well, actually, you know, like, I maintained. And now it's like the feeling internally I have, you know, just internally, I just feel like, yeah, man, what you got for me? You know, it'll suck, but I'll get there. And it's weird, you know, when, like, underneath all of it, underneath all of the thoughts, the racing thoughts, the obsessing thoughts, or the vacant thoughts, even the numbness, there was always something that was different than before this 5 years of recovery. This little fucking light inside of me that says, you're right where you need to be, bro. You're right where you need to be. I got you. Something inside of me is like, this is okay.
I think that's so valuable, man, because, like, I don't know, man, like, I was always taught as a kid, like, there was no, like, secondary emotions. You're either, like, happy or mad. Yeah. Are you mad?
Yeah.
You should be happy.
Right.
Are you mad? You should be happy, right? Like, that was it. So when I was having other bad feelings that I couldn't reconcile, like, I didn't know what the fuck to do with them. And, like, no matter what I've been through in my life, whether it was a fucking, you know, vicious drug addiction, brain surgery, broken bones, you know, depression, anxiety, no matter what, those bad feelings don't feel good when they're happening, but they go away.
Yeah, for sure.
And, like, if you want to even take it on a spectrum of, like, something serious, like, you know, a life-threatening illness, it eventually becomes okay.
Yeah, man.
Unfortunately, people, you know, pass away for it to be okay. But, you know, if I'm feeling something, that means I'm still alive.
Yeah. Yeah, man. For sure, bro. I love that, dog. I love that. I love that, man. The paradoxes, dude. You know, the paradoxes. So good.
I really think, man, too, is we're seeing such an uptake with substance use due to mental health issues, due to COVID.
Yeah. Oh, no doubt, bro. Yeah, dude, it's definitely changing the landscape of how people, like, function together. Facebook is fucking fried, bro. Are you kidding me, dog?
Crazy down, dude.
What the fuck? Like, Jesus, warring personalities, dude. Like, the dynamics.
You got a Twitter, dude? Dude, just go on Twitter, dude. I'm telling you. Don't comment on anything.
Nothing, bro.
But just go on Twitter and look at the comments,
just
dude.
Look. Yeah.
And you're just like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Dude. It's hard, man. Like, it'll breed self-righteousness, though, dude. Like, you dumb motherfucker, you know?
You didn't put an apostrophe.
Yeah, I don't want nothing to do with it, dog. I don't want nothing to do with it, bro. Nothing. It's wild.
So I was, I've been trying to get this platform off the ground and running, and so I've been using every platform I can. So I've been kind of like fucking around with the TikToks, you know?
Yeah, dope. I need to subscribe.
And I'm on TikTok scrolling, and this guy was like, not to scare anybody, but have you ever watched I Am Legend?
Hey.
I'm like, yeah, fucking watch. It's a great Will Smith movie, yeah, bro. And he's like, well, it takes place in 2021. Listen, dude, it gets better. He goes, the zombies were created due to a failed vaccination.
Ooh, boy.
And I was like, what the fuck? You know what I mean?
Yo, like real talk, bro, like zombie apocalypse status, cuz I feel like I'd be a motherfucker. I'd be all right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like I'd be all right.
I feel like you would die protecting your own.
Yeah, I would for sure.
And you would be all right because you'd be okay with that.
Well, I'd die protecting my own, but not just any motherfucker.
No, I'm talking about your son,
yeah,
dude.
There
your
it is.
mom.
There it is.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Like you would take one for the team, and you would be all right because you'd be happy with your life at that moment.
Yeah, yeah.
You would be accepting your fate.
Yeah, yeah, but that wouldn't happen, bro. That wouldn't happen. That wouldn't happen.
Dude, he's fucking neck rolling and everything right now. He's getting his shoulders stretched, dude.
It's just fucking, that wouldn't happen, bro.
If a zombie apocalypse did happen, though, it would make life that much easier. You know,
dude, I'd thrive. I don't give a fuck. I welcome a fucking cardboard box,
dude. So, yeah, for real, dude. Oh, you mean I can't have no money?
Yeah, bro. I fucking hate that trash.
Yeah, dude. Okay, cool. I'll figure it the fuck out, dude. I'll go to Little Caesars and eat week-old pizzas. I don't give a shit.
I wanted to build tree houses when I was a kid. I'd be happy. You know what I mean? Like, I never lost that passion.
Dude, I want to go to Oak-Opening's treehouse cabin so bad.
Me too. So bad. That'd be great.
I definitely think where we're at's not safe for a zombie apocalypse. Though there's too many highways, dude. I'm trying to beat feet and back footed, dude.
Yeah, well, I mean, we got Michigan up there. You know what I mean? We got some backwoods, back next shit.
You know what's right next to Michigan? Toronto.
Yeah,
Detroit.
Man, well, fuck. Yeah, shit. I don't know.
I speaking of Detroit, I went to this this cool fucking. So we went on a date. We had all intentions. I went to Inky's, picked up some Inky's, and then we had intentions of going to Detroit to go ice skating. So we go to downtown Detroit. There's an ice skating rink. We go there. It's completely busy right where the ice skating rink is, right? Lots of people.
Yeah.
We try to go. They sold out of tickets due to COVID. They can only sell X amount per day or whatever. Cool. So what we did is we rode scooters around Detroit for 2 hours, dude. And these electric scooters. And it was dope because all the Christmas lights were still up. All the shops were open, right?
Yeah.
But not a fucking soul.
That's fucking tight.
In a metropolis of tall buildings and structures.
Yo, you know that I fucking purchased 5 mopeds this year, right?
You purchased 5 mopeds?
Yeah.
No, I didn't know you did that shit, dude.
Like some fucking 1980s and 70s fucking mopeds. I got 5 of them boys.
How fast they go?
The motherfuckers, some like 40, 50,
What's
maybe
the weight
60.
limit?
That's big enough for Cam. I got one that'll handle it, bruh. So we fucking chopping it up like, yo, I'm like, I mean, real talk, like that's a whole. I'm into it, bruh. Like, load up 5 of the homies. Let's go to Detroit and go fucking kick it. You know what I mean?
These electric scooters went up to 30 miles per hour.
Boy, stop that.
The only rule was you couldn't take them on the highway.
Man, let me get a cut-off jean jacket with a patch on the back. You know what the name would be, bruh?
What?
The Poor Keiths.
The what?
Poor Keiths.
Why?
Just because Poor Keith.
What the fuck? What made you do that, dude? You got that stimmy.
Dude. I mean, the mental health guys were calling last early summer, May, bruh. You know, I got a fucking mullet and then I got a bunch of mopeds. You know what I mean? I was... You
had a mullet and a moped?
Dude.
You're a sick fuck,
mullet,
dude.
Moped, skydiving. And fucking just like fucking swimming in Lake Erie drinking fucking seaweed water.
Jesus, dude.
I didn't know how to get better.
Like, were you taking them for spins every day?
No,
Like,
no. Hold on. Because the motherfuckers don't run. Hold on. I just got them, but they don't run.
Oh, you got to fix them up.
I gotta
and shit?
fix them. You know?
Okay.
I'm just saying it's a good idea. I got them waiting.
Yeah.
I got them waiting.
Fuck?
Yeah.
That's amazing. Is that going to be like a pet project this summer? Just working on the peds with the moles?
Well, dude, me and my dad, bro. My dad cleared out a space in the shed. Like, it's hard for me and my dad to find like space and time to connect. Like, he's fucking super fucking obsessive about ham radios and an old man that's stuck in his ways. So I'm like, yo, I want to fucking kick it with my dad. Like, I fucking hate ham radios, bro. You know?
You like mopeds?
Like, help me fix these mopeds, bro. Let's talk dad and son shit, please. You know? Daddy.
You're just gonna ride off in the sunset with your father on a moped, dude?
Yeah.
Dude, that's a fucking...
What?
That's a
Stop,
book, dude.
bro.
That's a book,
Me
dude.
and my dad end up fixing the mopeds and we fucking travel to Amish country or something?
Yeah, dude.
Come on, we build a barn or something,
Just take back country roads on peds to Amish town, dude.
Bro, I gotta...
Find a new civilization on mopeds.
Bro, get out of here, dog.
Dude, if a zombie apocalypse happens and you have mopeds, you're a fucking step ahead, dude. I gotta stop doubting you, bro, because with the mopeds, you're a fucking step ahead.
I'm on the move.
Yeah, dude, you don't gotta worry about broken down cars. A ped can get through that fucking shit.
I don't gotta worry about shit, dog. I'm on a moped, and you definitely get like fucking 390,000 miles into the gallon, so...
How many miles would you say to a gallon?
Bruh, fuck, dude, you gotta get like, what, dude, 100 and some?
Really?
Probably.
What the fuck, dude?
I mean, I don't fucking know.
Can you imagine a fucking gang of marauders on mopeds?
Yeah, I fucking can. That's why I got them.
Just in the middle of the apocalypse,
Like,
dude.
I'm one dude. I bought 5 of them. I don't need all 5. I want a fucking gang of motherfuckers, bro.
Some ass hat just got all this food stolen by a bunch of guys on
fucking mopeds, dude.
Jean jackets.
Right, and some dude with a Busa just fucking, catches us, bro. But it don't matter, bro. It don't matter. It don't matter because you don't really know what you're fucking with. Like, are these dudes cute or crazy? You don't know. You know what I mean? Or cute and crazy.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. You've been getting into a lot of stuff, man. I never knew about the mopeds.
Yeah, no, bro. I have been. It's been a fucking. I definitely was a year of adventure, man, for me. Definitely this year of adventure, bruh. It's not about the moped. It's not about the water for me, like when I like go to the water. It's not about the water. It's not about the plane or the skydive. It's not about the kayak or the storm. It's something else always with me, bro.
That's how I felt on the scooter, dude. It was just a good experience. It wasn't about like being in Detroit or going ice skating. It was just being with the person I love and having that experience.
Yeah, dude, that's so good. That's a romantic tale, bro. That's a short story, dog. That's like an animated short story that fucking like Owl City fucking makes. You know what I mean?
How'd you get into kayaking?
Bro.
So like this is like I know you've been kayaking, but like the turn was like we've always been swimming. We've gone and hung out in the woods. We've done some things, but like the kayaking was new and it comes to you recently,
dude. I don't know. I just have. I mean, it happened. I think it was like I don't know. I just love adventure, bro. I love fucking outdoors, and it just does something good, man. I feel like we need to continue to feed our soul and continue to find ways to be creative, to play, to find outlets, and I just wanted to kayak, and so I got fucking 9 of them, you know what I mean, and was like, this is what I just wanted to kayak, bro. That's it.
I've never been kayaking. What's it like?
It's fucking great. It's hard work. It can be. There's some wild stories that I've like done. I've had some really crazy times in some kayaks, dude.
Yeah.
Me and Pete, I took my buddy Pete with me kayaking one time, bro, and I was like, yo, dog, like, we're gonna drop in by Grand Rapids, Ohio. It's like a fucking 40-minute drive from Toledo. And it's
do they call it Grand Rapids because of the rapids?
Well, they have it's just Grand Rapids. Yeah, they have a rapid. I don't fucking know. I can't tell you that. I don't know the history of Grand Rapids. But either way, and I'm like, yo, it only take us a couple hours, and it was fucking cold. It was like last March. You know what I mean? Like, it was still chilly. Like, I had waterproof shit on, and like Pete's like, okay, bet, let's do it, buddy. Yo, we get in the water, and it's fucking sleeting, and the fucking current's going against us, and the wind's going, and it's storming, dog, and like Pete's fucking miserable, and I'm like, I love this shit. You know, by the end of it, it took us like fucking 5 hours, dog. It was brutal, dude. I love that shit.
You need to take those kayaks up to the UP, dude.
Definitely, dude.
You gotta take this summer. You gotta take those kayaks up to the UP. It's a short trip, 5 hours, and go have some fun on the lakes and all that, dude.
Hey, check out this little video of the fucking mopeds, bro.
Awesome. Coming soon to the T-Town frickin' Vigilantes.
Ooh, you see them boys?
The recovery banditos.
What? Come fuck with me, players. Them boys are fly, right?
Those are dope, dude.
I'm telling you, dog.
I like the rustic white.
Yeah, that Chiolo or some shit. That's an Italian made daddy.
That's a vintage, you know.
That motherfucker's vintage, boy.
That off white.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
How much for a piece for like? So did you buy them and they were working?
No, dude, no. So I went up to Flint, Michigan, and there was this old shop that was like old skate shop, scooter shop, skateboard shop. It was really dope. That was shut down for years. They just had fucking all this shit warehoused in like old stock in there. You know what I mean? And I was fucking on eBay and found them, and I was like, I'm gonna take a trip up there, and they had this whole fucking showroom full of mopeds, dog. And it was like this whole vibe, dude. And we got up there, and I was like planning on getting one, and I got 5. You know what I mean? Like,
how much do they run you a piece?
It depends. You know, it depends. I think the cheapest one I got was like $175, and the most expensive one I got was $425. You know,
that's
what I mean?
top of the line, daddy.
Yeah,
that's
I spent
the
some
Italian.
money. Yeah. But like, I don't know, man. I just see an opportunity there. Like, even with the kayaks, you know, in my head, like, I don't know, man. Creating a vibe either way. Like, renting out kayaks. I rented them out a few times this year. You know, I made a few $1,000s renting out kayaks this year. Just, you know what I mean? And fucking with the mopeds, saying similar shit. You know, I mean, why not? Why fucking not?
I hate when people tell me they're bored.
Fuck that.
I'm bored.
Right?
You know, I get a sense of enjoyment out of doing nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like last night I was able to get off work a little early. And you know what I did? I cleaned the house a little bit. And then I started a nice fucking fire. And I just laid there next to the fireplace.
Isn't that bizarre, bro? Like, perspective, right? Peace, not boredom.
Yeah.
You know, people, I hear that a lot. You know, I just want some peace in my life. And when you get peace, or I've seen people get peace, you know what I mean? It's like, they don't know what to do with it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, no, dude, you're mistaking boredom with peace. You know what I mean? Like, learning to sit with yourself is a skill. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Like, being able to sit still, you know, is a fucking whole skill.
And then it's like, once you learn how to sit still by yourself, it's like sitting still when like every ounce of you is like, you know, like, I need to do something about this crazy problem of mine.
Yeah.
And it's being able to be like, nah, maybe I'll just, you know.
Yeah, that's crazy.
The next day.
I literally, this Soul Feather, her name's Soul Feather, right?
It's a great fucking name,
it's a great name, dude.
What's your name? Soul Feather?
Soul Feather, bro. Her name's Soul Feather. Her earthly name is Amanda, you know what I mean? But she lives in Florida, bro, and she's fucking great. She's brilliant, bro. She's brilliant. Amazing healer. Just a great fucking person that walks with people through whatever it is in life, you know? And we were just talking about that. She did like some star stuff with me, you know, some astrology, astronomy, like Virgos and...
You're a Virgo,
I'm a Virgo, right?
Yeah, we're supposed to get along.
Yeah. But it's weird, bro. Like, she broke this stuff down to me. Like, I'm a firm believer in like some transrational, you know, mystical, you know, energies and different things. Like, I really am. You know, I deeply am convicted about that. You know me.
Well, so does the CIA.
Yeah.
The CIA, many people don't actually know this. The CIA actually has papers done about what they call a gateway meditation.
Ooh.
Which is a meditation that'll put you outside your body.
Yeah, dog. It's a thing, bro. I've experienced like some wild shit in my life, you know, and it's hard. It's difficult to talk about, you know, at times depending on who the audience is.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Nobody likes to be criticized, but you know, I believe. I mean, I absolutely, man. I'm 100% for it. And like talking to her, she was talking, you know, for me right now in this season, she's breaking down all this stuff for me, what to expect, like my moons and like the 12 houses and all this stuff, and like it was head on, bro, head on, straight on, like truth, like what she was saying to me. I'm like, whoa, and like that was a big one. Like, yo, be still, homie. You know what I mean? Like, be still. You know, and so like I don't know, and like I felt good vibes from her where it was like pure and really pure intentions, and like she was speaking very clearly from a place of heart. You know what I mean? And I'm big on mentorship, and at the end of it, you know, I'm like, yo, I know her, you know, from my past for a long time. I was like, look, like I really trust your fucking judgment and like the way that you're moving and operating and speaking into me, like mentor, like, you know, can you help mentor? You know what I mean? And like being open to following the direction that she gives, because I believe she has best interest in mind for me. Like, so lately she said, yo, you should try these things, and my routine now is including those things on a daily basis. You know what I mean? Like, because I trust that that's what I need.
No, I firmly believe that we're a lot more than these flesh shoots, man.
Yeah.
I firmly, dude, life's too crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like whenever I have deja vu,
yeah,
you know, it's either really good or really bad. And I can like see a glimpse into the future, and then months later I'll be like, oh fuck, did I have deja vu about this?
Yeah, bro.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like come on. Like, I don't know what it is, but I know it's not what it seems.
Dude, discerning and tapping into that intuitiveness, right? Like allowing that to giving that room to grow and cultivating that to be possibility or truth. You know what I mean? Like, yo, my intuition is like speaking something to me, and I'm going to follow that. Learning how to strengthen that muscle, you know, that relationship with that deep part of self, you know? I love that, bro. I love that.
And that's why the kayaking and that moped stuff kind of made you kind of is helping you along the way in your journey, man. Because like for me, man, like finding these little pieces that don't really mean much but mean something to you, keeps me going, man. Right? You know what I mean? Those little pieces of myself that I can, you know, keep carrying on with, man. Because sometimes, dude, sometimes like I'll plan something. Like for example, today's a good thing, right? Like last week I planned on this moment right now that you're sitting before me, and that kept me going until right now, right? Like, okay, Wednesday, sit down with Juan, talk with Juan. Okay, Wednesday, you know what I mean? And that's what helps me move along,
dude. And I mean, all of that, dude. It's like just me exploring my insides, you know. And I've had like people you know, walk with me through it, you know, and learn how to like identify my pride and perception and like what I really enjoy, what I want to feel like in life. And you know, a lot of that is that, you know, like kayaking, it's like, yo, like I can't be the only one, and come to find out I'm not the only one, you know, that wants to do it. And so, you know, being somebody that's like, yo, like let's just come on, man, let's fucking go. We'll find a fucking rope swing along the way, which we did. You know what I mean? Like there's a rope swing out there, and like we'll just go fucking clown, bruh. And we'll just go have a good time and get away from the fucking monotony of the fucking concrete structures, bruh.
If you build it, they will come.
In fact,
you know what I mean? And I heard this really good analogy about, you know, playing on the playground. And like no one wants to play with the kid who like, you know, sucks at sharing toys and you know, is a pain in the ass and cries to their mom, right? We want to play with the kid who like shares toys and gets you involved, and like it's not about how you play the game, but how many games you're invited to play. Yeah, because then you got a better chance at playing the games and winning the games.
You know, the guy that doesn't do good with sharing toys interests me, though. You know what I mean?
He's a narcissist, dude.
Yeah, but there's a lot to be learned there. You know what I mean? And There's a lot to be learned there. Narcissists, like, what the fuck? What do you mean? We all suffer from narcissism.
For sure. Just varying levels and degrees.
Yeah, fucking trendy ass word. You're a narcissist. We all fucking are. We live off of reward systems.
I live off my selfishness.
Right. Come on, man. We're neurotic.
Yeah, it was interesting. I was looking at this one, like, universal law of psychology.
You're an empath.
And it was people just throw that fucking word around so willy-nilly today, dude. I'm an empath. I can feel what I feel. Yeah. I'm like, dude, having sex with people doesn't fucking count, dude.
You're a fucking human. You should. You should.
It should make you feel bad to do shitty things. If somebody's
being an asshole, then you're gonna feel it. Like, if somebody's being kind, you're gonna feel it. If somebody got a really dumb, fucking angry look on your face, you're gonna be like, I feel you.
I'm not taking shots at you, but the people who say they're empaths are always people who play with crystal stones and smell essential oils. I'm not saying you said that to me, but I'm saying that. No. It's a niche. Yeah. It's a niche. When people say they're empaths.
It's trendy right now.
Yeah.
No, that's a big trend, dude. There's a lot of people claiming empath. You know what I mean? And I can't say
they got a septum ring in their nose.
Sure. Sure. Yeah.
Multicolored hair.
Let's fucking build a cartoon caricature right now, bro. You guys visualizing, right? Septum ring. Fucking it's non-binary.
It could be could be any sex. Yes. They, them. It doesn't matter.
They're
an empath.
Yeah. And they also scream at their mom to make pancakes on Sundays. You know what I mean? Mom!
I want to play my Xbox now.
Right. Yeah. And they're really jealous, too.
They feel a lot of jealousy.
Right. Your energy's rubbing off on me. And I don't know how to control it. Yeah, that shit's serious.
Yeah, no, I think...
dude, honestly, though, I mean, for real, like... being intuitive again, like being able to discern and like cultivating empathy, and like, I'm not trying to claim people's energy. I'm trying to like fucking explore it, eventually what it means to be human, so I can be in relationship with people. Everything's saying something. The eyes, the body language, the tone of voice, the way that we speak. All these things are saying something. They're all separate languages speaking the same fucking thing, though.
You know what I met a lot of
something like that
in my life and in recovery, more so than empaths. Fucking energy vampires, dude.
Dude, the vamps are out there,
They'll
dog.
just suck you dry, dude. Yeah. They'll just fucking destroy your fucking energy for a day or so.
Yeah. No, dude, I have poor boundaries. You know what I mean? So that's something that I experience, And dude, I mean, honestly, looking at it like square on, like I'm responsible for my energy, and who I let like feed off it too, you know what I mean? And what I do when I'm depleted. And yeah, that's the thing, man. I got to be mindful of that because, like, it will sabotage, like, a lot of the things that I hope to do, my aspirations, because I'll be drained. I'll be tired. I'll be tired dealing with too much shit. And that's why it's hard in treatment, right? You know what I mean? You're dealing with a lot of fucking critical, crisis, traumatic moments, you know what I mean? And people are, like, dumping their shit. You know what I mean? Like, here, take this, do something with this.
Yeah.
And people get burned out, you know what I mean? It's
burnout is a real fucking thing, dude.
It really is.
So what I started doing to combat my burnout,
huffing essential oils and rubbing crystals.
I might have to fucking try that, dude.
That's what I do.
But I work at Detox and like seeing the same faces consistently for like 2 years. You're just like, come on, dude, I'm tired of your shit. You know what I mean? Like my empathy only goes so far now for you.
Well, especially since you operate from an ethical standard too that was given to you. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like I get to do what the fuck I want. You know what I mean? So when somebody comes back around, I'm like, no. You know what I mean? I'll call it. Like, as somebody that's operating a center, you got to fucking provide the way that they want you to provide.
That's correct.
You know what I mean? I get to do what I feel I want to do.
And so what I've been doing, because I'm burnt out, is I go and do groups on the weekends.
Fire.
At the treatment center, and I get to see people succeed and have breakthroughs, and that helps me out too, man, because I get to see the success stories. Yeah. I get to see people doing well, who look lively, who are making changes in their lives, who are really trying to do something with this gift that we've been given, this new fucking lease on life.
Lease.
You know what I mean? This bar of time we're living on, and that we're actually doing something with it, and it makes me feel a lot better. And also, it helps pay for my high medical insurance.
Yeah, for sure. Well, dude, I mean, I think it's so important to feed the soul, man. Like, this is feeding your soul. You're passionate about it. Like you said, it gave you a reason to fucking get up and feel good about living. And the same thing with me with kayaking, right?
Yeah.
Or whatever it is. I do a lot of different things to, like, feed my soul so I can just show up in life and be, like, the best version of me without being jaded. I don't want to be jaded and bitter and say you're a fucking vampire. I want to say that's okay. I can take care of that. Because I can take care of me.
I think that's a really good way to look at that, man, because what you just said, like, we talked about these, like, small gifts, or these gifts that we receive through dark times. And for me, man, stuff like this, or the kayaking, or anything you put your time and effort to that you love, man, like, I think people look at happiness as, like, once I get this job, I'll be happy. Once I'm here, I'll be happy. And, like, I'm gonna be honest, bro, I could go work at McDonald's right now and have the same amount of happiness in my life.
Right.
I really can.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
It's just a mental state, right? It's just where I'm at. And so for me, when I do stuff that makes me happy, it's not about money or where I work or none of that, bro. It's about what am I doing with my time that makes me feel fulfilled in my life.
Yeah, man, for sure. Well, I mean, like, I don't know, do what you love and you never fucking work a day in your life.
Cock of shit, dude.
You know what I mean? To some, like, whatever.
Oh, okay, I just won't work then.
Like, that's cool. And that's, I don't know, like, some people are highly ambitious, and that's true, right? Like, their ambition is where they find joy, and meeting tasks and, like, hitting goals and different things, and, like, that like, fucking drive is, like, their thing. That's cool. That's
what
good.
happens when you reach the mountaintop, though?
Well, then you need more, right?
Yeah.
Then you need to do something else. You're building that way. But, I don't know. That's, like, something that I like to ask myself and ask other people. What makes you feel good about life? What do you love about life? And reciprocating relationships, you know what I mean? It's really hard to find a reciprocating relationship in life, especially multiple. Like a friendship, means something deep to me. If you're my friend now, I need to identify what that means. I need to put some standards around that. Like, if you're my friend, first of all, my fucking son's name. Like, if you're my friend, that's my standard. You're going to know who my family is. You know what I mean? You're going to not be dying, all the time, because my mental health is connected to your well-being. You know what I mean? So I need you to reciprocate and do your best to take care of yourself. If you want to have access into my life. Also, like, I got to have confidence that you're going to be able to hold my information, my well-being. You know what I mean? And, like, identifying, like, having reciprocating relationships are so important. That's why before we started, I make sure it's like, I want to look you in the eyes and say, hey, dude, I love you.
Yeah. Like,
this is, like, you know what I mean? Like, I really, shit ain't like that no more, where you're really fucking proclaiming some fucking, like, yo.
Yeah, I think it's because, like, we, like, blur this. Maybe we blur these lines in, like, social media. So, like, everyone's friends with everyone, and it's like, oh, hey, this is, Jim, he does this, and you get to watch his life. You get to watch the highlight reel, as Shane would call it. Shane would call it a highlight reel. But, like, so it makes you feel a part of, and, like, you're close with that person. But, like, I think at the end of the day, man, we got lost in the minutia of what, like, friendship means.
Yeah. Dude, and it's okay. Like, I'm like, if we're just acquaintances, that's cool, dude. I'm like, I love that. You know what I mean? Like that's great. I
like watching people grow from afar.
Right. Like, that's cool. Like, I'm not offended if I'm not your friend. Like, if I'm not your type person, and that's okay. Like, I can enjoy you how I enjoy you. You know what I mean? And we can, like, figure out how to be in a relationship of some sort. But, like, identifying those things, like, yo, this person's an acquaintance. You know what I mean? Like, and the reason you're an acquaintance is because I haven't been through enough with you to know that you're going to care for the relationship, or vice versa. You know what I mean? And that's tricky. You got to revisit agreements. You got to revisit, like, what makes the friendship, like, because shit's going to go wrong. Can we handle conflict, bro?
Yeah.
I need to know that me and you can go through a conflict.
Yeah. Or a resolution after a conflict.
Right. We're going to resolve. That me and you can like disagree and not even agree to disagree, but disagree
and still be okay.
And be okay. And
yeah.
I'm like, I know that motherfucker's mad at me because of some shit, and we're not agreeing right now. But I love the motherfucker, man. We'll figure it out.
I think, and like this, I do not have my nose up in front of people. It's just like I have a lot of acquaintances, and I have a lot of acquaintances that I like. Mm-hmm. Right, like, dude, I'm not even gonna lie to you, bro. Like, there's very few people I talk to. Right, like there's. Maybe there's 5 men that come to my mind when I think about guys who I can like talk to about something, right? And you're one of them, right? Like if I needed to come to you and talk to you, I could, right? And there's a lot of like people in these outer rings of my life who I know, right? But I wouldn't invest time in. And I tried telling people about this in recovery, dude. Jeff Bezos don't hang out with people like him, dude. He hangs out with fucking people who are way better than him, dude. Like he hangs out with guys who are like, he wants to ascertain to be, right? And in recovery, I had to hang out with some people who I wanted to be like. I had to want something more for myself because I didn't really know what I wanted.
Dude, it's so important. Like for me, I don't know. I mean, you're in the service industry, right? You're in the
Facts.
Service of spirits and souls, minds and bodies. You know what I mean? And not unfortunately, just what it is like, like that means that you're going to be associating and in relationship with people that aren't there with you.
Yeah.
Like mentorship's important. I need to have people like you said, but like for me, I stay at the bottom because I care about the people at the bottom.
Yeah.
I care about the people that aren't doing well. I want to see them elevate, and that's the same thing. You know what I mean? And so it's important for me to identify the people, and I think people can take it personal. People can take my life personal, where they're like, "Why don't you want to be friends with me?" It's like, no, it's not that I don't want to be friends with you. It's just that I have a standard of friendship.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I have a standard of friendship or relationship, and
if you ain't never been to Christy Mollick's house, bro, you're not my friend.
On the babies, bro.
You're not my friend,
right.
dog. Sorry.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if you listen, if I let you into my house, like if I let you pass the garage and up into my crib, you're my friend.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But if you ain't know where I live, bro.
Yeah. Right.
If you ain't never sat on my couch. Yeah. If you ain't never chopped it up at Mom Duke's house,
right?
We're not friends.
Friend, right?
Yeah.
Friend. That's a whole nother thing. It doesn't mean that like, there's a lot of people that I'm not close friends with that I really enjoy. Like I enjoy friends,
for sure.
You know what I mean? And sometimes I can enjoy those relationships more than my friendships, but they're not as stable. They're not as secure. They don't provide as much security and comforts, in those times of unease, especially, so I don't know, it's tricky. And for me, I think it's what I see for myself and what I've seen in other people, like, especially, a big part of our life is like we deal with people that are in crisis, you know what I mean? And trying to step back into living in, society and being responsible or whatever it is, drug addicts and alcoholics and people that are fucked up.
I think another thing for when we talk about those, drug addicts and alcoholics is like, you got to think about like what a friend was to you when you were getting high, and your best friend would like, sleep in a car homeless with you. Yeah. You know what I mean? Your friend would like, get you'd probably like, do some schemy shit, but you'd probably give your last to the buddy you were with or whatever, right? Or that woman you were with, or whoever you were with. Dog. Yeah, you were surviving. So now, when you're in recovery and you're like, hey, dude, I need this, and this from you, and you're just like, listen, I'm not willing to do all that.
Right.
And there's a sense of bad taste in someone's mouth because they come to expect someone to be like, oh, I understand, I get this. Like, we're in survival mode, I'm going to do this for this person.
And it's overdependence, right?
Yeah.
Overdependence.
It takes some maturity to have a good friendship.
Yeah, not overly. It's interdependence.
I struggled with that.
Yeah. I mean, dude, codependency is another thing. Like, I'm never going to be rid of it, dog. I'm going to have varying degrees of dependency, you know what I mean? And hopefully I become aware of it as I'm over-dependent and I can't provide, for myself or in the way that I should, in my opinion. I say should very fucking cautiously, but you know, and that's the thing, man. And I think for me, what's helped a lot within like that, because like we're talking about loosely air quotes loyalty, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like, you know, we take responsibility for people around us, and we expect people to do the same, you know. And but it's like when I'm operating from a place where I'm loyal to principles, and I try to posture that way, and I will never fucking perfect it, but where I'm like, I'm going to try to be loyal to like these values and standards and principles that I believe in. You know what I mean? That fluctuate, ebb and flow. You know, and say, look, man, like I'm loyal to like that, and if you fit with that, then we can work.
I was listening to you talk, and this is like a good example of like a friendship, and like where I'm at now, because like I was also so young, man, where like I didn't know what a friend was, because all my friends I had were just bad examples of friendship. And I'll tell you this. You can call me on any given Sunday, and you can say, hey, Cam, do you want to do this? I'm going to go kayaking. I might tell you no.
Yeah.
Right? You know, I might be like, nah, I'm cool, man. The lady, we're chilling today. Yeah. Whatever the case may be, hey, I got to do A, B, and C. But if you're like, yo, bro, my car's broke down.
Yeah.
Can you come help me?
I need you.
I would come for you.
I need
right?
you.
If you're like, yo, bro, my house is burnt and I need something, like I would come for you. But if like, and that's kind of like people tend to just, when you start to get some sort of peace that we talked about and success in your life, and you have this like group of friends that are doing stuff to support the life they want to live, the bounds and the depths of that divide kind of get wider, because we're all working on ourselves.
Yeah,
we're all
living
trying
your own life.
Yeah, we're all trying to get better. We're all trying to like do something and be someone and just evolve as people. And so it's not ever like, like my old friends are like I was talking to Jewel last night. You know,
I love you, right?
Yeah,
I love you, Jewel.
I haven't talked to her in a year or so, and I'm just like, yo, what's up, dude?
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And that's because people get busy, and I think there's this like real thing of like, man, no one like fucks with me, and I felt that before too.
Yeah, that's not a good feeling.
And yeah, it's not a good feeling, but that's, you want to know why? I just was never there.
Victim.
Yeah, I was just never in someone else's shoes that were where they were at that point in time in their life.
Yeah, man, it's tricky, bro. It's tricky, and like with people, I don't know. Early on, like when I'm forming a friendship, you know what I mean. Like, there's a lot of discussion for me that's really intentional. You know what I mean? Like really intentional stuff that I need to address. And it doesn't have to be serious, but it's intentional for me. I'm trying to get some information so I can measure this relationship out. I'm forming judgments. And it's important for me to like be able to do that, to ask questions and to hear answers, that are honest, because, and for me, part of that, especially like working with a sponsee, or somebody that I'm is approaching me most of the time to help them figure out a problem or something. One of the first things I say is, I really need you to tell me when you need me. Like, there's a big difference, because I'm a father. I got a big life going on around me. I have my own world with a lot of responsibility, and like, if you need me, I need you to work on practicing saying that. If you're in crisis, not just say, hey, what are you doing? And if I don't respond because I'm like intentionally spending quality time with my girl or my son, you know what I mean? But if you say, hey, Juan, I'm having a hard time, I need to talk, I'm going to say, okay, this takes precedence. Now I feel a priority. You know what I mean? Like, in identifying those things, and within a friendships and friend group, something happens though when you're integrated, like people that I'm close with, like, I might not talk to this friend for 5 days, but I know that this friend's in communication. Like, it's this organism, you know what I mean? This organism.
A web,
right? You know what I mean? And it's like, yo, we're plugged into each other through each other. And, we all found that we're trying to make these agreements and redressing them and coming back to them, revisiting them. And, like, I value that, dude. I value you, so I want to fucking do good by you.
That can be used in any relationship, too. Like, people don't understand. Like, I'm not playing here, right? Like, if I ever wanted to change for a woman, I do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Why
like,
do you?
because I want to for that person.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like literally, like there was women in my life.
Because you value it.
Yeah, because I want it, right?
Yeah.
And there's been women in my life who are like, why can't you just do it this way? And it's like, I don't want to do it this way.
Right.
You know? And then I fucking, then someone comes around and I might want to change my ways for that person. Because there's something, also when it comes to a woman, there's some added value to having a woman's opinion on your life.
For sure.
That I can't get from dudes.
Yeah.
I'll tell dudes something crazy and they'll just be like, yeah, no, I get it.
Yeah.
But a woman would be like, dude, that's kind of fucked up. And I'll be like, fuck, dude, I think you're kind of right.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
know?
Validation's important. That's another thing, right? Don't seek validation. What the fuck do you mean don't seek validation?
Yeah.
One of my love languages is fucking affirmation.
Yeah.
Like, how are you going to tell me, like, talk about the love languages and then say don't get validated? I get validated through the things I value. You know what I mean? Like, if I value you, I want you to validate me, so I understand that I'm doing good by you.
Fuck yeah, dude. I tell my girlfriend every time I fucking clean the house. I don't know why I tell her. She just says, okay, good boy.
Yeah.
But I'm like, okay, all right.
I mean, there's a big difference between seeking validation through the things that I value and me just seeking attention. Like, there's a big difference.
Those cloud chasers.
Right. You know what I mean? Yeah. You know what I mean?
Those big storytellers.
Right. The glass fucking house. You know what I mean? And like, I don't know, man. And I found myself there many times, dude. But like now, like these are standards, right? That I'm trying to live by. And, I'm trying to live by them as I go through life. And so, I just hear these things, and it's sad, man. It's sad because, to go through life, bro, and to not be validated by the things that I appreciate, really, like that I really appreciate. That sucks, bro. My soul craves for my dad to tell me he's proud of me. Please, Dad, validate me because you're important to me.
Yeah. And then, like, sometimes relationships get to the point where, like, even though the person validates you, there's just too much bad history.
Yeah.
So you don't believe they're being like honest and upfront. And like a big part of that, and a big like tear down I see in like relationships is communication.
Yeah.
And that's friendship, relationships, and like it sounds really corny, but like people have such troubles being upfront.
It's hard.
And honest.
It's hard.
And it is hard, dude. It is fucking hard to be upfront and honest.
Yeah.
It really fucking is, dude.
Yeah. Well, if like my emotional security or mental like security is like attached to that, then if I'm relying upon that to provide me something, then it's tough. Because if I disappoint you, you're gonna have a perception, opinion, or a feeling about me that's gonna hurt. And I mean, going back, like, just talking about this, like with, my dad, like learning lessons, certain things like this path that I'm on, and like I'm an emotional dude that loves human connection and like relationship and all that. And it's like, my dad comes from a different era. And I remember like one of my mentors, Mitch, and one of my best friends, and his family, they were talking to me and somebody said to him like, hey, Mitch, how does it feel? I heard you say you outgrew your dad emotionally, and he started crying, because, and I like didn't understand that at the time. But when I really like started thinking, I was like, man, like he's having to let go of the fact that his dad can't provide him with the emotional security and the validation he wants from his dad. So now he's pursuing that through other channels, but and vice versa, you know what I mean? And I want my dad to tell me he's proud of me, but if he can't, then I need to accept that. I need to take that.
There was this moment, and I'll never forget it. It was like shout out Mom Dukes, but my mom has this terrible habit, and I created the terrible habit for her, but she has this terrible habit of constantly worrying about what I'm doing and like trying to like catch me in lies, I guess. Like that's kind of what it is. Like she tries to catch me in lies. And one day I remember I just told my mom and my dad, I'm like, dude, you guys don't pay my bills.
Yeah, man.
You guys don't give me anything.
Yeah. I
take care of myself. So it's none of your business.
Yeah.
Like, and it wasn't to be mean. It was because I was just so sick and tired of her asking what my work schedule was.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Yeah. Dude, I had a big moment with my mom when I was going through that deep season this, like, past spring, dog. I was getting off work, and I'm, like, 2 hours away driving, and, like, shit was just hard for me, dude. Like, my mom was concerned. Like, I'm in recovery, you know, and she's, like, worried about...
Waiting for the shoe to drop.
Right, you know what I mean, type shit. But she's, like, telling me about, like, all these things I need to do. And, like, I know that, right? You know, and I've, like, been walking this path for 5 years, and I'm showing up. And I told my mom, I said, Mom, I need you to stop emasculating me. You know, I was like, I don't need you to emasculate me. Like, if you keep telling me that I can't do it or something bad's going to happen, I might fucking believe you. Like I'm a grown man, and it's time. Like, don't worry, and I don't need to hear that anymore. I flat out was like, stop emasculating me.
Yeah.
You know, like, I'm not your little boy no more. I'm a grown man.
Yeah.
Like, feed me as a man.
I had a similar conversation with my mom because I was discussing chapter 7. She just started, like, telling me all that was going to happen, and I'm like, do you think I made this decision before I called you?
Right.
You know what I mean? Right. Like, you didn't think I know what's going to happen once I pull the trigger on this? Yeah. Like, you know, I know what the fuck could happen.
Yeah. And unfortunately, like, because of, like, the decisions we made early on, like, it's not like if I go to my... Now it's gotten better because the relationships mended a lot with my family, and they have more faith in me. Yeah. But, like, before, it's like, I can't bring that problem to you because your concern will get in the way of, like, good judgment. Yeah. So I have to go seek counsel from other people other than my mom now. Yeah. And it's changed now, you know, a lot for me. But before, it's like, yo, if I'm in a bad situation, you're worried about me because I've shown you that I can't handle things. It's gonna fucking...
And then I think also, man, like, you're in my situation, right? Like, our parents are so used to giving us advice that when we, you know, grow out of that advice, like, really, when I call my mom and I tell her about a bad day, it's not because I want advice.
I just want my mom.
I just want to talk to you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because you're my mom.
Yeah, I just want to be like, yo, dude, fucking, guess what happened today? My car took a shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Guess what happened today? I'm filing chapter 7, you know? Yeah. And just, I don't need the gambit list of what's going to happen because of it. You know what I mean? Like, and that's what it is. But I created that so long ago for myself. Yeah. You know, like, I'm like 18, eating Cheetos, scratching my balls, fucking smoking weed. My mom's like, you got to get your fucking life together, kid. And I'm like, what life? I'm going to live here forever.
Right. Fuck that. That sounds like trash, right? Yeah. No doubt, bro.
When did you start feeling responsible in your life, man? Because that's, for me, the biggest thing. And, like, I'm not even, no cap, some validation for you. You foisted some responsibility onto my lap when I was early in recovery and still a man-child, dude.
Yeah. What do you mean?
Like, when did you start, like, feeling as a man that you were capable of providing and supporting?
What did you say at the end, though? I did what to you?
You foisted some manhood and some responsibility on me.
Yeah, I pressed it onto you.
Yeah,
you did, to push
man.
You into it.
You weren't pushing it on me,
right?
But you were just like, this is what it is.
Yeah,
and this is what you need to do.
Dude, I think like Kate, my girlfriend, you know, I gotta give her a lot of credit too there, because she, like, introduced me to certain things, you know, as far as, like, standards of living, you know, and had an idea of how it was a good idea. It was, like, the right concept for me. And I mean, it happened probably, you know, it was a slow progression, but I'd say about 2 years in, I really strongly started grasping that. You know, that was around the time that you were with me. So I'd say 6 months, 18 months, you know, I was really like, yeah, it's time. Like, you know what I mean? For me to really fucking do all of this. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I had a conversation with somebody I respect highly about being a man. And I said, what's being a man to you? You know, I respected him as a man. I was like, dude, I look to you and I'm like, I want to be more like you. You know, I'm huge on mentorship, you know, seeing somebody, you know, and being like, I want that. And I would just ask questions. And he said, you know, for me, he was like, a man is responsible for everything that comes through his fingers, you know, whether he likes it or he doesn't. You know what I mean? And, like, I sat with that, and it's like, holy shit, like, anything that comes through my hands, anything that comes through me, around me, I'm responsible. I'm responsible for my response, my reaction, and, like, that's mine. You know what I mean? And I also found, like, great pleasure and a huge amount of, like, fulfillment, like, with you saying, I know what that's like, Cam. I know what that's like to want to grow as a man and to not necessarily know how. And nobody really showed me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like this internal compass of mine was like, as much as I knew I wanted to do it for myself, I had a lot of value saying I want to pass this on to somebody else too.
Yeah.
So it made it easier for me to accept that as something good when I was showing you how to do it too.
It was just a weird moment before. So I moved in with my girlfriend right when COVID kind of kicked off. At the time, I was living with T. And I was like, well, dude, she has 3 kids. I didn't know nothing about COVID. Me and her, you know what I mean? She works at a fucking industrial plant full of people. And I work around people. And I'm like, well, listen, dude, I don't want me constantly going over there.
With the kids.
So I'm like, all right, I'll move in with her. So then, like, 3 months into, like, me having a storage locker at T's, we discussed moving in. And, like, you know, like, right, like, as soon as I wanted to move in with her, when we discussed it, but the fear of like, oh fuck, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, like, if I can do it financially. I don't know if I can, what this is going to turn into. I don't know if we're going to work out. I don't, like, and like all these fears just started dwelling inside me. And what it came down to is I wasn't sure if I was responsible enough, or if I wanted to be responsible enough.
Right.
Like, well, I could.
You want to be, just you want to be.
Yeah.
Do I want it the work that means? Correct,
dude.
You know what I mean?
Correct, man. Like, dude, we had a real rough time moving in here, man. Like, shout out to Remus. Jake gave me his truck, and we would, like, if we bought this house, we paid the down payment like 2 weeks before our lease was over at the other place. So, like, every night after work, we're just bringing shit in, dude. Yeah. And then, like, 2 weeks we're doing it, right? And then, like, a month after, we're still getting things in order. And then a month after, the house is okay. But now we're, like, putting swing hooks and swag hooks and, fucking knickknacks everywhere. And I'm just like, God, dude, when is this going to fucking stop?
Yeah. Kate introduced me to minimalism and cleanliness. You know what I mean? And, like, you got a really big taste of that living with me. You know what I mean? Like, everything has a place, and everything, like, needs to be a certain way.
That's so mind-blowing. You want to know why? Because I'm a savage.
Yeah, but now I'm looking at your house, and everything has a place.
Yeah, dude.
Isn't that great?
Dude, like, I
always... this wasn't how you were. Your room fucking smelled like Fritos, and you had cigarette butts and, like, shoes.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. I had, like, piss bottles.
You did. Yeah. I'd be yelling at you.
Do you want to know what the piss bottles are from?
You pee.
I'll expose myself, dude.
Do it.
I used to get yelled at for leaving my bedroom at night.
Yeah.
And so you
didn't want to disturb the peace.
I didn't want to disturb my parents' sleep because of the dog. So from, like, then on, I've just fucking been scared to piss at night, dude.
Dude.
And especially being in someone's house that's, like, not mine. I'm just like, fuck, dude, I don't want to wake up his kid.
Yeah. Learning to be responsible, dog, I don't know. Responsibility is such an amazing thing. Like, I don't know. For me, there's this concept, dude, that I visited early on. Like, I try to be honest with myself and like reflecting and introspecting upon myself. Like, what can I handle right now, realistically? You know what I mean? Like, if this situation happens, or what can it be? So I've always been like, well, if I can start here and I can handle this, then I can add to it. You know what I mean? Then I can add to it, and if I don't like it, at least I know I can go back to what I had, and I can be okay. You know what I mean? So, like, learning to be responsible, like, for something small, and then growing it. And if it doesn't work out, then I can go revisit what it was.
That's so good, man. Yeah. That's really how it works.
Yeah.
Small steps into fucking large goals.
Yeah.
Taking these small incremental changes into your life that equal a big outcome.
Yeah. And being grateful for what I have and not what I don't have or what I want to get. You know what I mean? Like, I like, for me, I gotta say there's a lot of freedom, and I think personal success, when I say success, I mean peace of mind. You know what I mean? For me, where it's like, I'll walk away. Like, I'll get some shit, and fuck you if you think I need to keep it.
Yeah.
If it's not, like, feeding my life, and, like, I haven't made it, then fuck you. You know what I mean? No. Like, I'm not going to maintain something if it's fucking going against my experience in life. If me having a fucking huge house with tons of responsibility is not like adding to my fulfillment and my experience, and if it's just because, and it's like a lot, then I'll fucking downgrade.
Yeah, man. I think so. I was on Facebook, and like there's a lot of people in Toledo pissed off about I think Love's Furniture. So get this, Love's went bankrupt, I think, and people have been waiting on their furniture for like 2 or 3 months now, and they went bellied up, and they're not refunding anyone.
Wow.
And they're like saying like, "Nah, dude, like, you know,
you're fucked.
Eat dick. We're fucking
come
bankrupt. Yeah, come sue us. You know, no refunds." And
yeah, that sucks.
I got a nice couch in there. It was $100 on Facebook Marketplace.
Right.
you know?
Yeah, I feel you, bro.
It's a 3-piece sectional.
Right. Man, that's wild, bro. And I mean, you know, some people have things in abundance. Good for you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's great.
Cool, you dropped $1,600 on a fucking
dope.
couch. Yeah.
That's dope. You know what I mean? But for me, like, I want to have nice things, and I want to meet the standard of my girl or the people around me because I value it. I want validation, you know, in that way. But I'm not going to fucking feed something that's unhealthy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For me, you know what I mean? We got to compromise. And like you said, like for me, you know, I have to like come into Kate's world and compromise because she has like different things that she wants and values in me.
For sure.
You know, she has a different like plan or idea of what she wants for life than I do. So we have to like find a middle ground there because like she won't fucking have a couch from there because she's just like that. You know, so I'm like, okay, well, we're gonna have to find middle ground because before I do that, like $1,600, like I can literally go to Boyne for fucking a week and adventure my ass off. You know what I mean? Like I value that. I will sit on a fucking dog bed.
7 mopeds.
Right. Like that's what I value. Like I will sit on a fucking turd and be cool.
Yeah.
So, you know, and I don't want the weight of that. You know what I mean? Like that's not mine. You know, but I value you. So I'll learn to appreciate your values.
Yo, you know what's a dope spot not many people know about?
What?
So that right there, that's a good example right there. That little set. That was $50.
Yeah, that's fire.
That was there's this place called Storm and Norman's.
Storm and Norman's.
Shout out
bruh.
to Storm and Norman's.
Kicking it next door to Ollie.
Yeah, on Alexis, dude.
Yeah.
That thing is fucking priceless. The chairs you're sitting in right now,
Yeah, these are great.
$7 a piece.
Say that.
$7.
Say that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so like, dude, I fucking love that place, dude. I got like a fucking dude.
Yeah.
When you said there's a place for everything now, it blew my mind because like I remember we first moved in here and she got this little key ring holder, and I always lose my fucking keys. Always.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Why don't you start putting your keys where they go?"
On the key ring holder.
And I'm like, "What is she fucking talking about?"
Right. Yeah.
I'm like,
Right.
"What is she talking about,
Like,
dude?"
oh shit, you're fucking right though.
Yeah.
Like that adds up.
I'm like 5 out of 7 days I put my keys in the key holder.
Dude, it's just so nice to fucking get rid of some clutter, bro, and just have like a routine and a system. You know what I mean? With a lot of things.
Clutter fucks with me.
Yeah, man.
Clutter really does fuck with my mood.
Yeah, of course.
Like when my bedroom's cluttery, like I'm just like, oh, I don't want to get up today.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
If it's gross and dingy, I'm like my mood's already just set off wrong.
Yeah.
You know, and it's crazy that's how it is, but I literally feel that. Like there's many things that like I didn't know a long time ago.
Yeah.
About myself.
Well, dude, you know, and it's crazy because like I don't know. I think it's desirable for most people, right, to have like something along those lines. No clutter. They just don't know how to go about it. You know, or
it's too overwhelming.
The effort, right? So like helping somebody do that, like that stuff's important to me. Like when I'm like we deal with again a community that's fucked, you know, in a bad way. You know, we come from that.
Yeah,
we know what that's like. You know, so like the simple things of like, you know, when I'm at the house and like somebody that has been homeless and doesn't know how to have a home, like, you know, we're dealing with grown men that have never had their own place. Or don't know how to manage a house, keep order. You know, like it's important for me to like the act of keeping things in place and being intentional. Hey, put that there. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm not being a dick. Like, it's because this is how it should be. Like, doesn't it feel good in here? People walk into my house and they're like, man, it feels nice in here. Yeah, I work hard to keep it like that.
Yeah, dude.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right? Like, I work, I maintain it.
Yeah, and I didn't understand that. Like, this was crazy. This is full circle right now, because like when I was living with you, it was just like, I was like, oh, it's the lady thing, I get it. And now like I'm living in it, and I'm like, oh no, this is, he has to do this,
right? Yeah, I have to. Like, she'll fucking be tripping. And also, I've adopted this now, and now this is my standard, which was a good. That's a healthy standard for me to adopt. I remember making you clean the bathroom. I remember making you scrub the shower. Yeah, dude.
I did.
It reminds me of my son, because he's like got a chore list, big chores every day, and like the bath, and he's like, fuck, why do I gotta do this? And it's like, bro, it's not about the shower, homie.
It's about enjoying. I don't know. See, like, I've gotten to the point now where like I've enjoyed. Some days I don't enjoy it, right? But I've gotten to the point now where like I can enjoy the moment of when I'm doing it.
I love that. Yeah, sacredness in the mundane, like Gene said, right?
Yeah. But I didn't get it when Gene said it years ago. Yeah. You know, I didn't get that.
Well, now you have your own.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, dude. Well, that's another thing, right?
And you worked
like,
hard for it.
Oh, my God. Yeah, and that's what I was going to say. Like, when I think about getting high, 'cause let's be honest, bro, like, when we talk about recovery, I don't care who you are, bro. How many years sober, how many years clean you got. There's a moment where you think about getting high sometimes and getting drunk. It's just a fleeting thought. Yeah. You know? And you know what keeps me really grounded? Being accountable. Yeah. Being responsible. Like, knowing, like, fuck, dude, if I did that. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, knowing, like, because back when we talk about that fucked up community we're in, I didn't have, in my mind, I didn't have anything to lose, so why not? Yeah. And now it's like, the further you get along in recovery, you're like, shit.
You value things, right? Yeah. Value clarification. We've, you know, like, that was big shit for me. Like, somebody introduced, like, this value clarification sheet to me and said, yo, I literally visit that in my head frequently. You know, it has this list of all these different things somebody could value: adventure, love, loyalty, money, business, education, whatever it is. It has like 25 things on there, right? Family, friendships, you know, and it says, you know, rate these 1 to 10. You know, so you only can pick out 10, and you got to pick out what's most valuable to you as number 1, and then work your way to 10. You know what I mean? And like, you see a lot of people, myself included, that like in my head, family, right?
Yep, that's exactly what I thought when you said that, right?
Like, I value my family most. And then the question is, if you value your family most, how comes you're not treating them that way? Right? Like, if you value money the most, how comes you're not treating it that way?
How come your relationship with money ain't that good?
Right. You know what I mean? Like, so let's get realistic here, and let's get honest with ourselves. And like, I had to say, well, fuck, like, the truth is, family is like number 6. Ugh. Yuck. Money is actually like number fucking not even on here. You know what I mean? Like, adventure's number 1. That's a problem. That's a problem. Because, like, I'm identifying in my head what I want to value. We treat, or at least treat, valuable. You know what I mean? And so it's like, let me like revisit those things again, like coming to agreements with myself, you know, about my value systems. You know, all right, man, well, fuck, yo, I'm giving much more attention to fucking in friendships or whatever that is, you know, that's in front of my family. You know what I mean?
And then your values might change over time.
They do.
You know what I mean? Like, like when we were talking, family popped up into my mind. But baby, that's because I'm thinking about having a family. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, these thoughts are of me having a family, or is in the forefront of my mind nowadays. Right. You asked me 2 years ago where family was. It was a completely different idea. Yeah. You know?
And based on that, like with you know what I mean, and me. So like, I got like high on their adventure, right? Yeah. You know, that's something I enjoy. Maybe you don't, right? Maybe you don't. So, like, we might not align, you know, in our day-to-days. But it doesn't mean that we can't, visit and, like, enjoy what we do and have a relationship or a friendship still. An understanding, you know. Like, that's cool, bro. That's fine.
Yeah.
You know, we still have these agreements. Like, I get to revisit my values and re-identify them in the same way in a relationship or a friendship. I have to consistently, like, we're going to change. I change. You know, like, life changes me.
Yeah.
The way I think, the way I feel about things changes. And if I'm in a relationship with you, like, we're gonna drift apart if we're not fucking, like, there.
Yeah, and then on top of that, I also, like, I guess for us, where we come from, like, change is a good thing.
I love it.
Like, we get to change. We get to be different people. We get to grow. And, like, can you imagine those hoity-toity, or just not even hoity-toity, but just people, regular people, being okay with what they are and what they're doing, and they don't want to change. They don't have to change, and they're miserable, and they don't understand that they're miserable because they're not changing, and they're stagnant, and they're the same fucking people, and the things that they valued when they were 18 isn't what they valued at 45.
And they're still being loyal to it.
And they're worshiping the things that they thought they valued decades ago.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And I get to change today.
Yeah. Dude, I fucking hate the box.
Yeah,
Don't
man.
put me in the box. Sometimes me being a hypocrite to you means I'm being true to myself. You know what I mean?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
You said a whole lot there.
You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes, like, I gotta get away from your perception of me for me to find out what's good for me. You know what I mean? Like, and again, like, if you're important to me and I'm important to you, that'll be okay, because we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's just how, but that's something big for me, because, like, I run off vibes, bro. If it don't feel good and I don't, like, have confidence that, like, if situation's gonna roll out, and then fuck it, I'm out. Peace.
It's like it's like my ding-a-ling, dude.
Yeah.
It knows when something's off.
Yeah, dog.
You know what I'm saying, dude?
Yeah.
You know, there's a reason why, it goes,
Yeah.
comes and goes,
Fact. You know what I mean? You ain't vibing, cuz.
Yeah, bro. Like, shit.
You gotta take a snap out of Slim Jim, man. You know what I mean?
I never had a problem getting up with my current girlfriend.
Right.
I'll tell you that.
Say it on the babies.
But, sometimes the mood, man. And I think that's something to be said, man. Like, I think when we talk about these vampires and energy and bad vibes, man, to grow with someone is to be there in those moments. And then, dude, there's a lot of sacrifice in relationships if you love someone. There's a lot of, like, sacrificing your time and energy, your moments, and being like, I'm not the most important person right now.
Yeah. And sacrifice can catch a bad fucking rap, right? You know what I mean? I'm losing something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But, like, sacrifice is a privilege if I'm doing it for something that I value. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not losing a part of me. Like, yeah, I might be cutting off a piece of me, pruning me to make sure that, and sacrificing for something else, but if I value that, then it's good. That's, it's not I'm losing. I'm getting something. It's good.
Yeah, you can't get nothing for free in life.
And the energy vampires, you know what I mean? I got different mentors, and I have emotional and spiritual mentors, and there's, for me, like, I'm a vampire to my mentors. Like, feed me, feed me, feed me, feed me, feed me. Give me, you know what I mean? And, like, I need to, like, be aware of that, and, like, that's something with me, like, that I think that's happening that's been really cool, where I'm like, oh, okay, I should ask you how you're doing. You know what I mean? And make sure, like, I'm doing my part to reciprocate, because I'm telling the world, like, hey, I want reciprocating relationships, but here I am, like, like, give me, help me, and Amy, Clark, shout out, man.
Shout out Amy Clark.
Man, dude, the best.
The best. I had such a good breakthrough the first time around.
Yeah.
Like, I needed that.
Yeah.
Like I needed that moment. It fucking, without her,
dude,
being behind the scenes of all of that and what's going on with the, can I say it?
Yeah, dog.
Spring on the Green.
Spring Green Educational Foundation.
Spring Green Educational Foundation.
Yeah.
Without, like, that was like a watershed moment in my life where I was like, oh, I feel better.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
You know?
They opened the gates on some really raw, like heavy, pretty deep stuff, man. Some really deep concepts, dude. Ideals.
It was like that time around, like no matter who was, like when I went that first time, it was like no matter who was in the room, it was the most important person in the room.
Yeah.
Just like we all felt like
we were all important.
Like we were all important.
Shout out Amy and Rich and Yvonne Dutra, right? Amy Clark, Rich and Yvonne Dutra, because they set that container. They were like, we're all important. You're important. Your voice needs to be heard. You know what I mean? Like, and they made that, like, you really were like, okay, I can really fucking work here. I can really get through some things that are like holding me back mentally and emotionally, spiritually, physically, whatever it is,
That was the most groundbreaking work
That's why I keep going back.
It was the most like, you know what I mean? Just like it was the quickest breakthrough. Like I've had many epiphanies over years, but just instant, like it was a relief, dude.
Yeah, it's wild, dude. Hearing you say that, like I recently had to submit, like I didn't have to. I was asked to submit. I had an assignment from somebody that I'm like, trying to soak up goodness from, and they asked me a question, but and there was some stuff in there about spring green, and it changed, because the idea that they presented me with, like, offered me hope for what I wanted to experience within my life and my relationships, and I clown, we clown a lot on here, like, people that hear me on here, like, maybe, the picture of me, really, if I wanted to paint it, is, like, I love intimacy, I love, connection, relationship, I like to talk about, like, emotional well-being, spiritual well-being, mental well-being, or unwell-being as well. I like human stuff, like the human condition. And they were just like, yo, check this out. You know what I mean? You're fully seen, bro. And I'm like, I am. I'm fully seen. Thank you.
Have you ever heard of Frank Abagnale Jr.?
Come on, man. Catch me if you can, baby.
What? Yo, dude. Yeah. I watched his fucking Google Talk last night, dude. Dude's crazy. Yeah. Talk about fucking being a person in the human condition, dude. Yeah. Just being a 16-year-old boy trying to... He's like, listen, dude. He wasn't even scared. He just didn't know what else to do. He was like, I'm just going to take a plane everywhere I can. I don't know where I'm going to live, dude. I'm going to sign these hotel checks.
Man, that takes a different kind of gusto, bro.
I'm going to be a fucking doctor, dude.
Man, that boy's balls, bro, was huge,
Huge,
churning butter out of milk.
What the fuck, dude? He passes the bar exam? He passed the bar exam!
I concur.
Yeah, man,
that's a good one.
And like, talking about, like, being a person, because, like, people always set limitations on you.
Yeah, always.
And it's their judgment, it's their bias, it's their experience of the world, and so they put, like, their judgment of, like, you can't be this or you can't be that. And, like, sure, what the guy did, illegally wasn't right. It was illegal.
Right.
But, I mean, he did it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, like, you would never believe that anyone could do that, but he did, and he didn't have an education. He didn't know anything about nothing.
Yeah.
He just had gusto.
He just had gusto, bro. He just send it, dog. You know what I mean? That takes a lot, bro. You know what I mean? That takes a lot. There's a lot of that. That like exists a lot of places. Like you said, limitations. And I think hearing that, like, a lot of my actions will create, like, perceptions, and, like, I'm the one that's really providing I got to take responsibility for how I'm helping you judge me. How I'm influencing your judgments of me by my behaviors and all that. You know what I mean? And so if you're setting a limitation on me, I want to be able to look squarely and say, is that for good reason? You know what I mean? And not only that, though, but have the conviction, like, hopefully, because, like, these are, like, core beliefs that can form, like, if enough people say I can't do it, some people might say you're right.
Yeah.
And then somebody else says, well, I'm going to show you different.
Yeah.
And I'm one of those people that said you're right. You know what I mean? And, like, that's been a big core belief of mine that like, sat with me. I can't. I have this dream inside of me, right? You can call it grandiosity, and sometimes it can be grandiose. But with the right things around and in place, it can happen. And especially if I can get outside of that, like, work through that core belief and identify it, like, And, fuck, man, take the risk.
I think when we talk about limitations, and we talk, can you imagine, like, we talk about, people not changing, and the gutso of Frank Abagnale Jr., right? Mm-hmm. Dude, human society has been propagated by a bunch of people who fucking dived off the tallest diving board. That's how we get pushed forward, dude. That's how we move forward, right? Someone was like, I'm going to do this. I have to do this, right? And everyone's like, no, bro, you should not go out in those woods.
Yeah.
No, bro, the sea is filled with monsters.
Yeah.
They're going to eat you alive.
Yeah,
and we're like, no, bro, I got to go.
I got to see.
I got to do this, you know?
I got to see.
And then that's what's pushing us, right? Is this urge of like, you know what? You say I can't do it, I'm going to do this, right?
Being a human's weird.
It is, dude. It is, man. And it's because we all have fucking different experiences. Mm-hmm. It's because we all see and view this world in a different lens than everyone else.
Dude, just, and like learning about that. AA, bro. Oh, man. Whew. Shout out, bro.
Some of the normies can get something out of it. Dude,
you know what I mean? Like, really, really, man, shout out, bro, because it's the juice, bro. The 12 steps are the juice. And I'm so thankful, bro, for what it's done for my life, dog. Just hearing you talk about that, I'm like, man, dude, thank God for the 12 steps. Thanks God for AA,
Yeah, because, dude, we didn't have a fucking torchlight. We were in the dark, dude. Yeah. And we didn't have a design for living, or we didn't have a way to live life other than what we knew how to live life. And it's great. Dude, listen, man, and I'm being dead serious here, right? We got CBT, we got different modules of treatment. Yeah. They're all great.
Yeah. That's the one.
But treatment hasn't changed in 100 years, bro. Yeah. It really hasn't.
Yeah. The design for living within that is just so good. If you're willing to go to any lengths, get ready, because shit's gonna get crazy.
Like, if we can put treatment on like a few sentences, it's like trauma, change your thinking. Mm-hmm. That's it. Yeah. Like, just change how you're thinking, right? Which is like, sounds really easy. I'm going to change how I'm thinking.
Yeah.
But it's really fucking hard. Right. It's really hard to change engraved behaviors and idealisms and your fucked up value system, right? Like, that's like really hard stuff to change about yourself. Sure. But like in a nutshell, it's just like, hey man, you got to change your thinking.
Yeah. You
got to change how you view the world. You got to change how you view drugs and alcohol. You got to change how you view, all these things that are going on in your life right now. And that's like the most difficult part, man, is like changing that lens on the world.
Yeah, dog.
Dude, I couldn't take the blinders off.
Man, for me, dog, like, that is simple for me. That's not simple. Not simple, but it's pretty easy for me to adjust my lens. You know what I mean? It really is. And being creative, like, we were talking staunchness or whatever the fuck earlier, about being staunch or whatever, but like being creative, like carrying a message of change and being creative, especially with the 12 steps. It's like, again, bro, like, it's not about the fucking whatever it's about, Like, for me, like, there's a big thing, like, this summer when you were talking about kayaking, one of the things, like, I'll take my sponsees out on the water, we'll go kayaking, and there's a certain routine. It's rites of passage and ritual involved, which is really fucking sacred shit and cool.
Yeah.
But on top of it, like, there's this tree, and it goes up, like, 50 feet, 40 feet, 30 feet, something like that, And you gotta climb that motherfucker. Like, I'll climb that bitch. I'll be up at the top of that tree, and there's water underneath. And it's only like 4 or 5 feet deep. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And I'm like, they're looking at me like, what the fuck? This dude's nuts. You know what I mean? And like, I'm like up there and I'll fucking yell because I'm like, motherfucker, right? I'm going to jump. I'm going to fucking jump. And then I send it, right?
Full send.
And they're like, fuck. I'm like, your turn. And they're like, what? And I'm like, dude, first of all, like, you're going to feel alive. You just seen me do it. It's possible. You know what I mean? And then afterwards, though, it's like, what did you feel? And it's like, are you scared? Like, I remember asking one guy, like, you scared right now? And he said no, and his hands were shaking. I was like, because it's cool if you are. It's fine. You should, like, naturally. And afterwards, it's like, that experience of fears, we can translate that. You're feeling fear. That's nothing.
And no one likes feeling fear.
No, but you know, like once it happens, it's just, you know, like fucking muscle memory. It's, oh, that's what that is. Whatever.
One of my favorite groups to run for myself, and I made this, but it's based off a curriculum. But the group's mine is being on an island, right? And when I'm in active addiction, I'm on this island, and chances are, you know, like I can survive on this island for X amount of time.
Yeah.
You know, but eventually, I'm going to eat all the resources on the island. The fresh water's going to be gone, and then also, who wants to live on a fucking island?
Yeah.
You know, like who wants to survive on this goddamn fucking island for the rest of their lives? Yeah. You know, so even if you don't eat all the resources, who wants to be fucking castaway Tom Hanks talking to Wilson for the rest of their lives? Nobody, right? But if me and you were on an island together,
that's better.
My chances for success to getting off that goddamn island's way fucking
so
better.
Much better.
But let's say we do get off this island. Now we're faced with Cameron's number one fear, dude. Open water and the sea, dude. I don't know what's under me, and I don't know what kind of makeshift fucking raft we created, but there's giant waves coming over us, right?
Yeah.
And we might die.
Yeah, man.
We might die on the journey to where we're going. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like no one. We might not fucking make it.
Yeah.
So what do people do?
Yeah.
They turn around and go right back to the same old island that they've always come to know.
Yeah.
Because they're too scared to face their fears and face the unknown.
Dude, that's wild, bro. Little man, right? My son, like hearing you say that, right? I take little man out, dude. And this is gonna be a little like 3 to 5 minute story here, bro. But you know, I took my son out with a group of guys kayaking again, you know, and there's a few things that happen, man, along the way. I'm really intentional, man. I'm really intentional. And you know, we're kayaking and a bunch of spiders get on my son's. First of all, like we get out there and there's a bunch of water spiders on his kayak. And he's freaking out, Dad, get this motherfucker off me. You know, 10 years old, cussing like a sailor, dog.
Them spiders, though, dude.
Yeah, and like all my friends, like some of the friends were around, and I'm like, you know, I looked at him, I said, no, I'm not. Like, you're fine. Kill it. You're big. And he's freaking, he's froze. And then he's like going nuts, and I'm like, no. And finally he wouldn't do it, and I smashed one of them. I was like, smash that spider, bruh. And he was crying. And afterwards, like, you know, he was mad at me for not doing it. He wanted me to take care of it for him. And, you know, we get in a circle and all the dudes speaking to my son. You know what I mean? Like, he's in the middle of all these kayaks, dog, and we're just, like, chilling, floating. And they're all telling him, like, life shit. You know, and he, like, feels good. And he's like, okay, dude, like, these homies just, like, lifted me up. It's good. He's still a little pissed, but we get through it. And then we pull up on this island, right? We get on this island, and we're like, man, let's just fucking hike this island because the rope swing is on the other end of the island. It's like a half mile away. And we'll just go through this fucking little wild patch. And my son's with me. I don't wear shoes. You know, I believe in grounding and the energy and all that stuff. It just feels right to me. And, dude, there's thorns everywhere, bro. My son's stepping on thorns, and he's pissed. Fuck, motherfucker! You know what I mean? And I'm like, yo, like, this is... And I'm making it an intentional situation. Like, this is life, kid. Like, you're okay. Like, I know that hurts, but we got to keep going. You know what I mean? I love you. I'm proud of you. Like, this is it right here. It's more than the walk. It's not the spider. It's not the tree. And we finally make it to the other end of the island after a brutal, like, hour and a half hike across this barefoot through thorns and tons of shit. And we get to the rope swing, right? And current's heavy because it was storming. And my son can't swim well, but we had a life jacket for him. And we get in the water, dog, and we're like, yo, we don't want to fucking walk back. And the current was taking us back towards the fucking... you know, kayaks. And I was like, yo, what if we hop in the water and float the river? And we just let the current take us back, and we, like, you know what I mean? Which is sketchy. The current was moving.
It's sketchy, yeah.
Sketchy,
sure.
especially with the 10-year-old, you know what I mean? And, like, look at all the guys. I'm like, yo, you guys, you know, TJ was with me, Murphy was with me, Nick was with me, And, you know, there's a few of us, and I was like, you two go first. I'll put my son in the middle. I'll put the bag on my head because we had a bag. And I'm like, make sure you watch my son. You know what I mean? Like, I give you access to my boy. You know what I mean? And my son's freaking. You know what I mean? I'm like, you're good, bro. We got you. We got you. And he's like bugging. Little dude, you know, like, oh, man. I don't know.
I'm in a new situation I don't know anything about.
And so, they jump in the water and the current takes him. I was like, gee, it's your turn. He's like, oh. And I'm like, you got to go. And he fucking just jumps in. I'm like, yes. So proud of my little dude. Like, good for you, bro. You know, Jake jumps in after him, and then I jump in behind Jake, and I have this bag that's like fucking heavy. I didn't have a life jacket.
Isn't that something, right? Isn't there some like symbolism behind that?
Yeah.
And then behind, you know, you got the bag that's heavy, weighing heavy on your shoulders, dude.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And the man with the world on his shoulders.
Yeah, beautiful. You know what I mean? And like, I'm like, yo, screaming at them, my son! You know, and they're like, okay, oh, yeah. We're responsible for each other. You know what I mean? Then we float up on this, like, little dammed up little section, and there was this log, like this tree that fell, and it was floating, and we grabbed that fucking tree, and we all floated it down the river, and it was cold. It was cold as fuck in the water, bro. And we're all freezing. We were dying laughing. It was like a Huck Finn story for my son, right?
Yeah.
And fucking, we finally get back, and he fucking, we get done, and like, he forgot about the thorns. The thorns were fucking a part of the story that was enjoyable. You know, we get to my mom's house, and he walks in, and he's screaming and hollering about what we just did. And it's like, it's not about the thorns, man. You know, and taking him out there to do those things, like with a 10-year-old, with the little man, you know. And I take him out there the next weekend. You know, and it's nighttime. It was like midnight, and we were with a bunch of people this time too. And he was scared to go off the rope swing at night. He didn't, you know what I mean? But I got in the water with him, and we swam out. You were talking about swimming out. We swam out into the river, and like, I had him on his back, floating, and he's like, man, freaking out, like, what's underneath me? I'm like, it don't fucking matter, son. Like, you're okay. Nothing's gonna happen. And I'm like, scream, bro. And he's like, ah. Like that visceral, primal place in a man or in a human, right? And I'm trying to feed that, bruh. Trying to feed that.
Yeah, man. I think I'm adventurous myself, and I've always felt adventure and rebellion.
Yeah.
You know, I've always felt adventure in my youth as, like, dude, we used to do fucked up shit.
Yeah.
I mean, I used to toss crab apples on the 475.
Yeah.
I didn't understand what I was doing. I just thought it was funny.
Yeah.
It was fun, dude. Dude, the cops were chasing us when we were throwing crab apples. They didn't catch us.
Yeah.
I had fun running away from them cocksuckers.
Yeah, it was exciting.
Yeah, you know,
Right.
I got a memory. Just kind
Sense of adventure, bro.
yeah, and that sense of adventure, man. Like, honestly, when you said ritual, right? When you said, like, you know, you were ritualizing, and you were intentional in some of the things that you were doing, right? That's so important, I think, for men.
Yeah,
That's
dude.
so important, because look at the rituals
For
that
men
our
and
young
women.
men, men and women, but at least women, like, have something, right? Like women have periods, have childbirth, right? Like, those are some passages of womanhood.
Right.
Women are going to feel a lot of pain during childbirth, right? They're going to feel a lot of pain when they have their first period. It's going to be uncomfortable. It's going to be weird. It's going to be awkward. But what happens to a man?
Yeah.
You know, you get some pubic hair,
Right.
and everything stays the same. So, like,
Making money.
yeah, how about this? Having sex for the first time.
Right.
Getting drunk with your buddies.
Yeah.
Going to a party. Right.
Yeah.
That's what our society idolizes as a ritual of
Right.
manhood now.
Yeah.
Right? Having your first girlfriend.
Yeah.
Dude, you used to have to kill a fucking wolf with your bare
Right.
hands.
And you needed to have a fucking bounty to offer her family.
Yeah, dude, you had to get stung by a fucking ant bee on your dingleberry to be a part of the tribe.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like, you had to earn your stripes as a man to be considered a man, or the tribe kicked you out.
Yeah, man.
And so, like, when you say ritualize, I love that, man, because
I'm
that's
big on
something I want to do with, you know, my children, is like, give them something to grow and enjoy their human experience.
Dude, like, over the course of the last year and a half, Cam, you know, we haven't been as close.
Yeah.
But that's been a big part of my journey with people. You know what I mean? And, like, people did that to me. Like, a rite of passage is passed along to me. You know, I'm identified. Like, a man marks me a man. You know, a father's supposed to mark his son as a man. You know what I mean? Give him his name. You know what I mean? And
I got chills.
you know what I mean? And so like, and I knew, like, I know that inside, right? Like, my dad's supposed to, or a man's supposed to speak this into me. You know what I mean? And it's like, man, when, like, there's no rite of passage, and there's supposed to be a bunch of them.
I felt purposeless, man.
Yeah.
I felt purposeless growing up. Like, when I was using drugs, going to parties, having sex at a young age, when I was doing these things, riding my bike to all hours out of the night, running the neighborhoods of Toledo, I was just lost. I was purposeless, and I was like, what is life?
Yeah.
And I was having existential crises, and what was filling those gaps was like, okay, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm supposed to be having fun. I'm supposed to, have sex. I'm supposed to have a girlfriend. I'm supposed to party. I'm supposed to do all these things. But it added no value to my life.
Yep.
And then I kept wanting more. I kept wanting more of those feelings that I was getting from those terrible things.
And you didn't know where to get it.
I know where to get
in
it.
a healthy way.
Yeah.
Existential depression is like fuck, dude. That's like what you need to identify first. That's where people really need to start from there. You work their way up to something clinically more severe, in my opinion. But speaking about that, with my son, bro, I'm a good dad, dog.
Yeah, you really are, man. I've watched you, man. You are a good dad.
I love it. You know what I mean? And I've learned from other people and different things, and just thinking about what I feel is good. And that's another thing with G. I'm going to speak a lot about it because these are impactful moments, and I've shared them with men too, grown men, but with my son. Speaking into my son. After all this, it's like, hey, dude, teach you how to fish one weekend. I'm going to teach you how to build a fire the next. I'm going to teach you how to boil water over the fire. I'm going to teach you how to cook this over that fire too. I'm going to teach you how to build a shelter next. And then I'm going to leave you. And that's what I did.
You did that with him?
That's what I did. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And he panicked. You know what I mean? At the end of it, we're having a good time. You know what I mean? And this all came from my own crisis. I was looking to walk with my son. I saw the need deeply because I was overly dependent in the situation. I need to focus on my son. Mm. You know what I mean? And, at the end of it, me and him, out there, and it's that time comes and, everything's together, and I'm like, yo, bro, so, man, I'm so proud of you, mijo. I love you. Yo, you know how to catch a fish. He didn't need to catch one because I brought some, canned shit with me. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But, now, I'm going to be over here. I got a walkie-talkie if you need me. You know what I mean? And as I'm walking away, he's, wants to follow me, and I had to check him. He's, in tears. And I'm like, I love you, buddy. I'm with you. I promise you I'm not going to be far. I'm going to be watching. You know what I mean? But you have to stay. You're not allowed to come with me. You know what I mean? You're not allowed. And walking away and seeing the fear in my son's eyes and giving him faith. Giving him faith that maybe he doesn't have, that I have in him. Marking him. Marking his name. Marking his man. And sitting back from a distance, and then the following day coming to see him, 6:30 in the morning, where he didn't sleep and he was scared, and I had to turn the radio off and watch him for a distance through the night. Told him feed the fire and watch him try to feed the fire, burn himself a little bit and be pissed off. Dad, screaming, and finally the morning comes and I walk up to him in tears, bro, in tears, and I hug him. I'm so proud of you, boy. Yeah. I'm so proud of you. You know what I mean? And to have him look at me and hug me back, you know what I mean? And be like, that's my dad.
That drew up some emotions in me, and I think life seems so impossible. Mm-hmm. Especially when you're growing up. Mm-hmm. It seems so big.
Yeah.
And this cryptic, esoteric thing, and you don't realize you can do it until you've already done it, and it's just so scary. So that's so amazing to teach that you can overcome at that age.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because most people learn that they can overcome through not having the ability to do it in a controlled setting, but it's a sink or swim setting, which makes it even that much more impossible to grasp that you can do it.
Well, creating structure for it, you know what I mean? Like, that's a structure, you know, that I'm giving my son. I'm like this is something, you know, and again, like, you know, like the society, like, vastly is take care of yourself, figure it out. You know what I mean? The ritual, the rites of passage, you know, the ceremonies, you know, that hold weight. You know what I mean? Those things are losing their grasp traditionally. You know what I mean? And it's important. You know, I was the other day I was out with a man. It's not the water. You might call me fucking crazy for getting in the water, but I'm doing something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like being out there with a drug addict or somebody that's trying to figure out life and you know, hearing his story and then being like, yo, dog, I'm sorry, bro. You know what I mean? But like, as a man, now it's time for us to take responsibility. And I believe you can do that. I'm going to get in this water. Like, and at the end of it, you know, look at him and say, yeah, look him deep in the fucking eyes. You know what I mean? And be like, I'm rocking with you, bro.
And you remember when you and Eric went to that Buddhist temple?
Yeah. Yeah. That was great. Who farted?
Dude, nobody farted, dude.
You just laughing.
Dude, nobody farted, dude. It was the craziest thing, dude. I'm fucking deep in this meditation. I was deep in it, dude. I like bought in. I'm at peace. And there was just this lingering thought. It was like, psst, someone's staring at you. And I'm like trying to like ignore the thought. And it's like, psst, no, we know that someone's staring at you. And you can feel it, Cameron. And I just remember just fighting off the thought. And then I succumbed to that thought.
You were giggling.
No, not yet, dude. And I succumbed to the thought, and I opened one eye, and there is fucking Eric, dude, eyes wide open, staring directly at me onto my left-hand side. And that's when I started going, and I started losing it, dude. And then I'm like, I got it together.
Yeah.
And then I hear the thought again, someone's looking at you. And then I hear a cackle. And I fucking blew my fucking top in the middle of this 20-minute guided meditation.
That was fucking classic. You guys thought I was going to be so mad. I remember.
I thought you were going to hate my guts for the rest of my life, dude.
Yeah.
I was trying so hard to keep it together, dude.
Yeah, not taking it personal. It ain't that serious. Live, let live.
Dude, I was taking it that personal. Besides you, I thought everyone in that place was going to run me out, dude.
Yeah. I love that shit, dog. You know what I mean? Like being there, like, oh, you're going to be a dick about that? Man, come on, man. Like, are you really practicing Buddhism then? You know what I mean? Like, you're in a Buddhist temple and somebody laughed and you're mad. Like, aren't we supposed to be kind?
I got,
chill out, bro.
I shared about it after the meditation and people were just like, no, it is what it is. I'm like, thank God, dude.
Yeah, they were super chill, man. They were super chill. Yeah, that was fucking hilarious, bro. That was funny. I remember being there the one time, and this woman just had fucking this. And this is like something that I use to this day because it hit me hard. This woman, like 2 fucking people down from me, you know, we're in this meditation, and like her stomach's going, and she's just like, you know what I mean? And then lets out a like gassing out, bro, and like people are laughing, and then like the dude like up there at leading it, you know, he's like, oh, it's okay, it's just her body being a body. Let your body be a body. And I was like, what? Like, yeah, so now I'm like, when I'm farting around people, I'm like, yo, dog, I'm just letting my body be a body, cuz chill out. You know what I mean? The motherfucker got to take a shit.
Yeah, and the only reason we laughed, like the only reason I laughed was out of embarrassment.
Yeah,
because you know what I mean. Like it wasn't because
he pulled it out of you.
Yeah, it was because like I knew I wasn't supposed to be looking at someone, and someone wasn't supposed to be looking at me. But they were looking at me. I felt awkward, and that person knew I felt awkward, and I giggled about it. Right?
Yeah.
And like that's why. Like, that's why people laugh when that girl farted. It wasn't because like they didn't fart or it was wrong. It was because they were just like embarrassed for that person.
Uncomfortable, right?
They were uncomfortable with that.
Yeah, dog. She let a simmer down happen, bro. She was stewing something.
Dude, I'd be surprising myself with my flatulence, dude. I'd be like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, and as the older I get, the more grunge and longer
like that
the air
motherfucker comes
holds
down from your esophagus out your ass. Like it collects
dude.
like fucking energy. You know what I mean? That bitch crackles. You know?
Yeah, dude.
You might get a good itch on your ass.
The
from
chair
it.
vibrates,
Right.
you know?
Like, damn, I scratched my butthole. I didn't even need to use my hand. You know what I mean?
I have never heard anyone put it that way, but that's exactly what it's like, dude.
Yeah, yo, if you're lucky and your butthole itches and you're in a classroom, you know what I mean, on a flat chair, you might be, you know what I mean, you might get away. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what do you want to do? Fart out loud and, like, scratch the itch?
I was terrible in school.
Yeah.
When I was at school, we
too.
did terrible things to teachers.
Same.
There was this one lady that we used to lock in the art supply closet room.
Oh, God.
And she would spend the hour just banging on the door, and no one would let her out.
Teachers got it rough.
They got it rough, man.
Man, dog, they need more. Teacher lives matter, bro.
Yeah, dude. No one's talking about the unsung heroes of COVID,
Dude.
Just a teacher on Zoom.
On the fucking mothers and the children's and all the babies, bruh. Dude, homeschooling, bruh.
Oh, my God.
Fuck, bro. That shit's serious. Math? They don't even do math the same.
How's that been as a parent for you, dude?
Fuck, I got an iPhone. I got a phone. You know what I mean? Not an iPhone. Fuck that.
Yeah, but, like, don't you have to, like, show them how to do it?
Yeah, well, I can, like, get on the long division. Like, they have certain things you can do, and they have other things. But, like, yeah, no, they do it different, man. It's different. It's different, for sure. Just in general, it's fucking weird. My son's super smart, so I'm, like, very fortunate. You know, like, G's fucking, like, out of this world, you know? But, it sucks, dude. It sucks.
Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. That's what I grew up on.
Dude.
You know, the order of operations.
Mm-hmm.
You know, math's by far my worst subject, but
Yeah.
I can only imagine they're teaching these kids fucking Chinese hieroglyphs now or something, dude.
And getting rid of cursive, you know what I mean?
What?
Yeah, you know cursive.
Why are they
You
getting
know-
rid of cursive?
I don't know. I guess they think it's obsolete. You know what I mean? I like to write my name in squiggles, bro. You know what I
Well,
mean?
you can write faster too. That's
Yeah,
why.
I can
Because
boogie.
back in the day,
You had to
know
get
what I
some
mean.
shit out.
You couldn't just type it.
Right.
You know. You know.
Yo, like send this note down to Johnny. You
Yeah,
know what
man.
I mean?
You
And I
know,
need to get this bitch out in 2 minutes.
This is a love letter.
Right.
I'm sending this per doves.
What, boy? Sprung it on a dove leg, bro? Come on, homie.
Well, like that's the thing though. Like these,
Damn.
like Kurt, like I don't know. That's alarming.
Shit, fuck cursive. I want to go back to the ancient art of dove fucking, like, carrying messages. You know what I mean?
Hieroglyphs.
What?
I want my words to mean pictures.
Yeah. Ooh, bro. Oh, shit. You hitting something.
Yeah, I mean, dude, I don't know, man. I think there's also something that they don't like teach a lot in school, which is like the art of self-learning. And I don't think people like. There's so much information out there nowadays. I'm sorry. There's some fields you need college for, but there's some fields where like you can read a book and learn about it.
Yeah. Shit,
You know?
dude. Yo, I'm not credentialed, dog, but I'm fucking equipped. I read a lot. I'm informed. I ask a lot of questions. You know what I mean? And it's wild, dude. Like, it's so true, man. It's really true. There's some things that you do, but there's absolutely most of it you can fucking learn. But the thing is, like, the system demands it. You know? The system requires that. You know, you got somebody that's qualified through credentials and underqualified in experience. You know what I mean? And they don't really know how to fucking carry it out practically in an applicable way. You know what I mean? Like, and we got that. We do that. We had to learn a lesson, dog.
I think my biggest tool on my tool belt is faking it till I make it.
That's a vibe.
You know what
That's
I mean?
a word, dog.
Like just like jumping in and being like, all right,
Yeah.
I know how to do a little bit of this. You know what I mean? And then like taking that to like grow forward. Dude, I've been reading this book called The Witches. It's about Salem and what happened in Salem, dude. And it's basically
I love
from what I gathered so far, is the Salem witch trials happened because a couple of young girls from a different town was like, those people suck. just branded them as witches and just tore apart families. Disgruntled husbands and wives were turning on each other.
Like,
my husband's a witch.
Right, like she must be a witch. She like fucking bamboozled my son into loving her. You know what I mean? Like she's a succubus. You know what I mean? Shit like that. Like they're going against the grain. We got to burn this. But yo, it's crazy. I would just watch this show called Discovery of Witches, and it's dope, dude. I like that shit. But like magic, dog. Magic.
I think magic is real.
It's fact, dude.
I think it's real.
Voodoo, bro, and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like all kinds of
hexes.
Different things. Right, man. Yeah, come on, bro. Dude, I mean, real talk, bro. I'm not even.
Let's get into it. No, fuck that.
All right.
Let's get all the way in there.
Yo, dude. Bro, like we, you know, I was with a group of people. You know, and I was interested in something, and it was a drum circle at this little fucking shop. You know, they had this drum circle happening, and I was checking it out. And these people are Wiccans. You know what I mean? Some witches and shit. You know what I mean? And like, cool, whatever.
What's Wiccan? Does Wiccan mean witches?
I don't know. Look it up. But I don't know the exact definition, but either way, you know, they're Wiccans, and so they're into some fucking witchy shit, right? And what's it say?
A form of modern paganism, especially a tradition founded in England in the mid 20th century.
Right, you know, and there's some other shit in there, but you know, there's a lot of shit like that happening. Either way, we're in the drum circle, dog, and I'm a high energy dude. I'm up in that bitch, you know, doom, 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 bum, 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 boom, da-da-da. You know what I mean? Like doing, like vibing, you know, and like we brought a serious energy into the Wiccan house, you know, and like I could feel like some of the heat coming from the motherfuckers that was really in that. You know what I mean? Like, yo, you're coming into our shit, and you brought like 13 people with you, and they don't turn us away, but they're also, it was a weird vibe happening. And one day, like the homie looked at me, and he was like, yo, bro, be careful, dog. Like, they're going to get you with a spell or something. I said out loud, I was like, man, fuck that. My light's so bright, can't nothing touch me. You know what I mean? And I looked over across the room, and there was the one dude, he had this name, right? He had a wicked name, right? A wild one, bro, dude. Like, and I look over, and there was this other woman behind him, and I see them looking at me, and I'm like, and it was this look that just put a feeling in me. I was like, oh, shit. Like, this motherfucker, whoa.
It's like when you almost touched that hot stove.
Yeah, no, I touched that motherfucker, bro. You know what I mean? I touched that motherfucker, and I was like, oh, shit. And I didn't act like nothing, but inside I was like, something just happened. No joke, dog. Some shit just happened. And this is my experience, bro. This is what happened within the realities of my mind, for better or worse, right or wrong. So after that, dog, like,
mind is a powerful thing.
Powerful thing, dude. And I attached to something, bro. It felt like something was with me, bro. And like it would just pop up in my head, and I'm like, yo, fuck that. I don't want to think about that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to think about that.
Dead ass, bro. When I get listen, okay. So
somebody's chasing me up the stairs and it's dark.
Yeah, man. And this was told to me by my girlfriend, and this is something I never knew, but made so much sense in my life. Okay, so I was a young lad, maybe 5 or 6. I still don't know the whole story because this story was never told to me by the source. Okay, my poor mother was trying to be a good mom, and at a young age, she took me and made a fire. And she made the fire, and she threw something in the fire, and she says, if you're a bad boy and you do bad things, this is what will happen to you. You'll burn in a fire in hell.
Fuck.
And that's where Satan and demons are. And for the rest of my life, I've been terrified by spirits, demons, and Satan. Right? And my girlfriend told me this story and said, yeah, you know what your mom told me? And she told me this story, and I was like, that makes so much sense. Because I remember being like 8 years old and seeing like images of the devil and crying.
Jeez, dude.
Crying, dude. And my mom feels terrible about it. So, Mom, if you're listening, don't feel sorry. I understand why you did it. You were just trying to be a good mom and show me, and not to be.
Like, you were instilled with a belief there, right?
Yeah.
Like for me, I wasn't. Yep. It got created by me. And I don't know true or false.
Well, now hold on now, because now I was instilled with this belief, but I've had experiences
that agree with it.
That agree with the belief.
Yeah.
That agree with that fucking
can't
belief.
fully explain.
No. And I want to say, like, maybe that fear is colluded with my mind.
Yeah.
But I don't think it is.
Right. There might be some truth in there. Some kind of energy working into it, right?
Something. So we got deep. Right. On the last podcast I did, right? We was with Shane and MJ, and we were talking about some shit. Okay. All I will say is this. I will say that I think people look at aliens in wrong ways.
Same.
I don't think aliens, like, I think they're real. I think they're valuable. I think you can touch them. I think you can feel them. But I also think I think aliens are mostly on different dimensional planes that we can't see.
Yeah, dog.
I.e., energies, spirits, shit like that.
Yeah, you know, for sure.
You're not on the right frequency to see that cocksucker.
Yeah. I fucking dig it wigga wama with that, bro. I fuck with that. Yeah, I'm with that, bro. For real. Yeah, I'm not just with it. I fuck with that.
Did you see the Bob Lazar documentary?
I've seen a couple of them. I don't know which one, but he's fucking serious business.
The fucking the element that he supposedly made up in the 70s being an element now.
Yeah.
You know?
I think you told me about this a while ago.
It is fucking mind-blowing, dude. The CIA rating his oh my god, dude, how about the Israeli defense minister who came out and said that there's a galactic federation?
Yeah, I run that, dog.
You read that?
No.
Okay. Well, so I'm going to look at it right now for you.
Yeah, I vibe with that.
Israeli space chief. That's all I got to put in. And this isn't like some like low-level intelligence officer. This isn't like some like
he has access.
This isn't like some like kooky, corporal, lieutenant.
Right.
The Israeli space chief.
Right. They run you through the gambit of mental health. You know what I mean? Like, they make sure you're cool before you get that title.
All right, so here it is. I'm going to read a little bit of this. This is the headline. Former Israeli space security chief says extraterrestrials exist.
Yeah.
I'm going to read this. This is quotated. The unidentified flying objects have asked not to publish that they are here. Humanity is not ready yet. Unquote. Haim Eshed, former head of Israel's defense ministry, space directorate, told Israel's Yediot newspaper the interview in Hebrew ran on Friday and gained traction after parts were published in English by the Jerusalem Post on Tuesday.
Oof.
Okay. Eshed said cooperation agreements have been signed between species, including an underground base into the depths of Mars, where there are American astronauts and alien representatives.
Yeah.
There is an agreement between the U.S. government and the aliens. They signed a contract with us to do experiments here, he said.
Dude, it makes sense, bro.
It's just mind-blowing because it's so like this is NBC News I'm reading this off of. This isn't like some fucking Reddit shit. This isn't some, Wikipedia stuff or something I've seen on YouTube. This is the Israeli former space chief.
Yeah, valuable resource. Credible source, I should say. Yeah, dude, it checks. I mean, for me, dude, like, why not?
Yeah.
How? Like, yeah. Fuck yeah.
What are you going to do? Like if aliens came down right now, like, would it change your life? Like, would you be
Of course.
Okay.
Because it would change my surroundings, for sure. You know what I mean? I like, the way I think about it with like, any unrest or anything that comes through like that, any, like, big things, like what's happening with the political climate, anything like that, I
was so pissed off when that Capitol building shit happened, dude. I was horrified. I really was.
Dude, I mean, it's unsettling, but for me, it's like, yo, what do I have? What can I put my hands on?
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, yo, you have your opinion, do whatever you want. Like, what can I really reach? You know what I mean? People were like, well, you got to do this or do that. You have an opinion, you have a voice, you got to say. And I do in my home, within my relationships. I got to fucking, like, that's what I know I can affect. You know what I mean? And like, if aliens were to drop down, dog, yeah, man, what do I got to do?
Are you hopping in the UFO, bro? Are you hopping on the plane of existence?
Who got my son? You know what I mean? But I mean, just me? Hell yeah. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah.
Talk about a fucking adventure, dude.
Fuck yeah.
You're just meeting new intergalactic space species.
Yeah, bro. Fuck yeah. I put that on everything, bro. Yes.
No,
Yes.
I agree. I definitely not one of those people who think UFO are just rockets and government technology. Like, no. Like, there's no way. I think it's possible the government tested UFOs and all that, and they use some of the equipment for technology. But for me, dude, aliens are fucking out there. They're fucking real. And also, if there's someone technology advanced as us, and the universe is however many years old, well, then where are those other people at that have, or species that have evolved for millions of years over time?
Well, I mean, dude, conceptually, like, there's endless possibilities, you know, how they're fucking existing or not existing within our reality, you know, for me, and the way I see it. But, you know, thinking about, like, that whole concept, dude, of, like, alien life, things outside of us, dude, I'm way into it, bro. For real. You know, I just think that opinions, you know, vary so they fluctuate between people so big that it's hard to, like, really find agreements. You know, and for me, like, it's like, does it really matter, like, what I tell you? You know what I mean? Like, does it really fucking matter?
Listen, dude, I want to believe that Giorgio got an Ancient Aliens. I really do. I want to believe Giorgio so bad, dude. But
especially because his hair, you know what I mean?
his hair fucks me up, dude.
Like, this dude clearly knows something. Look at his hair.
No, his hair makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I'm like, how can I believe Jimmy Neutron over here?
You see their fucking metal fucking badges that they be having on their lapels, dog? Like, you know what I mean? Like, they got a whole system of hierarchy, bro.
They do.
You know what I mean? Like Giorgio got that special pin, dog. Like, people, like, see that and they're like, oh, he don't fuck around. He knows something.
He's got a fucking nice pin.
Mm-hmm. Like, damn, he got the space shuttle. You know what I mean? That motherfucker got the space shuttle. He knows some shit. You know
Dude, he would probably blow my mind orgasm after orgasm with all the things he knows, dude.
Yeah, dude, I would fucking love that. I love concepts, dude. I love the idea of possibility.
I mean, so for you, I mean, do you think we were seated, or do you think that we just came to be? Like, do you think, like, I think also people don't, like, for me, in my school of thought, I call it God.
Yeah.
But I think of God as, like, we're so closed-minded, we think God is a spiritual thing, which it is, right? Mm-hmm. But also I think that it's not too far off that some motherfucker made us long time ago in a galaxy far away.
Dude, I mean, like, the concepts around God are so big, dude. Like, to try to understand it, it's insane. I just try to accept it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, I just try to accept it because I feel that that's the truth. You know, but you know, yeah, there's a source, right? Like, how did this come to be? I don't fucking know. Something happened. Something did something. You know, I mean, there had to have been something, you know, to set this in motion somewhere. You know, even if you look at it through physics, you know, whatever it is, like friction, heat, energy, like, we know that, you know, energy is holding things together.
And that's something bigger than us.
Right. Like, vibration is literally holding our skin together right now, you know?
Tell me, what the fuck?
Yeah. Like, I mean, I mean, if you know, like,
what do you mean vibration is holding our skin together?
Yeah, no, like, I've seen some shit, and I'm obviously not a fucking expert, but that, like, you know, you break it down, like, down to atoms, you know what I mean? Like, the smallest form of fucking matter there is that we know of, you know, that we can measure. And, like, energy, you know, stirring energy keeps us intact. So, you know what I mean? If you can learn to manipulate that energy field, like, you can manipulate, you know, the matter. But that's, like, look it up. I don't know. I don't even know where that pop up at, but, you know, energy keeps, like frequencies and vibration. You know what I mean? Like, you're together because there's some shit. There's some shit going on.
Off,
you know, but dude, like, I mean, you look at it like water. You know, when they play music for water, you know what I mean, and the way that it changes ice crystals or water with the way that you see it under a microscope. You know what I mean? Like, and they see geometry within it and different things and disturbing it.
Yeah. Sacred geometry is a thing.
It's a thing, dude. Numbers, bro. Come on. Like, it's a whole fucking, like, that's the absolute of the world. You know what I mean? It's the binary code, dog.
I think Tesla had a thing with 3, 6, and 9.
Yeah, 369, 369, bruh.
It's everywhere. That's what he was trying to get at.
That's that sacred fucking goodness, dog. It is. That's crazy you say that, because that's something that I put energy into, bro. Like I say 369 because of what it means behind it. Look up the significance of it, and like sacred geometry around like or numerology or numbers around like there's some goodness in that, bro.
The 3, 9, and 6 always occur together with 9 as the control. In fact, the yin yang is not duality, but rather a trinary. This is because the 3 and 6 represent each side of the yin yang, and the 9 is the S curve between them. Everything is based on thirds.
Together, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah, because
partnering with the universe.
Basically,
bro.
you can create every number with those combinations. I'm pretty sure, correct?
Wild, bro.
No, it really is, man. Especially when you think about numbers are the first thing of language.
Yeah.
You know, I talk about perspective, right? And like I'll put a triangle on the board, and people will be like, "It's a pizza." Yeah. You know, it's the Illuminati symbol. It's the 3. It's a triangle of recovery, and I'm like, no, dude, it's just a fucking triangle. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just a fucking triangle.
And like the first mode of communication in philosophy, right? Or
niggas clicking, right? Motherfucking 8-man. 2 clicks, bro.
Yeah, dude, 2 clicks means hello, whatever. But it was numbers and shapes. And like you didn't know what a triangle was till you told what a triangle was, but you knew instinctually that it was a triangle shape.
Well, dude, check this out, bro. Aboriginal Australians.
Okay. What about them, dude? What about them, dude?
So, they don't have a written language, right? From what I understand, right? It's stories.
What?
It's stories, right? It's all stories passed down. So, like, if we look at like the Bible, right? It gets contextualized, right, and adjusted through like language that way. But their history gets passed along verbatim, word for word, through stories. You know what I mean? And the rainbow serpent for them, bro.
What the fuck is the rainbow
creator,
serpent?
The creator, right? This whole wild thing. But you look at Aboriginal history, and they're talking they go back 50,000 years.
Yeah. So does like the American Indians, Native Indians language.
Dude, you know what I mean? And like, if you're tapped into some shit that goes back that long biologically, ancestrally, come on, man. Like, to think that we're not like trans-rationally capable of like doing some shit that don't make sense logically, the fuck out of here. Like, real talk, like intuition, discernment, and like the language of the heart, the language of the spirits. Spirit, the definition is a non-physical fucking seat of emotion and character. You know what I mean? It's non-physical. It's the non-physical seat of my being. You know what I mean? We're talking spirituality, like the essence of emotion, you know what I mean? And like being, and like that's the thing, bro. Like, and for me, like when dealing with humans, that's why I love it, bro. Because we get to poke at it and we get to learn from it. And I get to like draw and say, hey, you said yes, but I felt a no. You know what I mean? I don't believe your yes because my gut says something otherwise.
Yeah. And you didn't have to hear the no to know that it was a no.
Right.
You just knew. And I think, dude, so when you talk about going on adventures, dude, like there's something about being in the wild that makes you feel alive. Like, seriously, like, and I feel alive in cities, and like that's because I know that people are around me. But like, there's a spiritual sense of feeling alive in being in the wild or experiencing a new
visceral
place. Dude, when I first saw fucking mountains for the first time in my life, bro. I was like, what? Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I'm up in West Virginia in these mountains, and they're not even that big compared with the rest of the world's mountains, right? Yeah. These aren't nothing, but I'm up in the clouds on a highway, and I'm like, holy shit, dude, if I fall off this mountain, I'm going to die.
And there's just something there, bro.
Yeah.
Dude, there's this book, I talked to you about it, Wild at Heart.
Yeah.
Right? In this book, like he talks about like what feeds a man and makes a man like fulfilled. Like a man needs adventure. we're just built that way, dog. Like, we want adventure, we want the risk, we want the danger. Like, it brings us to life, that masculine energy, you know, that thing.
Dude, when people say toxic masculinity, bro, I literally cringe because toxic masculinity has literally kept this fucking civilization afloat for thousands of fucking years.
Masculinity, you know what I mean? I don't know toxic or non-toxic, what it is. Whatever. I just know that I have this fucking raging bull in me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I have this thing deep inside of me, you know. I also have this feminine, soft energy, too.
Everyone does, dude.
You know
I agree.
I mean? But, like,
dude, you catch me talking to my girlfriend, dude, I'm talking a whole different fucking dialect and tone and language, dude.
Yeah,
I'm like, baby, I'm thirsty.
Right.
I don't fucking talk like that in front of
because I need you, baby.
Yeah, and she talks like that, and I think it's cute and it's bubbly. You know?
Yeah, dog. And, I mean, you know, as a man, I need adventure, dog, to feel fulfilled. It says, like, I'm going to preface this. It says, men need adventure, they need a battle to fight, and they need a beauty to capture or to rescue, right? A beauty to capture. And, like, if you don't have those three things in your life, you're unfulfilled. You know, and if I don't have adventure in my life, and I only have a battle to fight, and I don't have a beauty to capture, I'm probably going to treat the beauty poorly, and I'm probably going to treat adventure the same way, or I'm not going to have it, or, you know, like, and if I have the beauty and I don't have adventure, I'm going to rely on the beauty to provide me with adventure, and it never can the same way. So I'm going to treat it poorly. You know what I mean? And vice versa. So, like, when you got those things, like, for me, I got an adventure. Like, I'm out here fucking running amok because I need to feel the spot, and I got a battle, and it's humanity. You know what I mean? And we got this sacred battle of, like, retrieving souls and bringing them into the light.
Good and evil.
Right. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, man, trying to fucking posture some positivity, some goodness out there. And then, like, the fucking, but the one that's really hard, the hardest one that everybody tries, and they hoard it, and they end up fucking it up, myself included, is love of the heart, sexuality. Because you can't master it. You know what I mean?
It's untamable.
Yeah, dog, and it's wild, dog. It's something.
Can you imagine being a man and being an incel? Dude. You know what an incel is, right?
Tell me more.
It's an involuntary celibate.
Jesus.
So it's like, and like, this is like a real thing, right? It's like being a man, right? Like, no offense, I'm not the best fucking looking guy, but I have other skills that ascertain me to be able to mate with other women, right? Or other men if I wanted to, right? and some of these guys don't possess those skills, the know-how, the knack, and they want to have sex.
Yeah.
But they can't find anyone who wants to have sex.
Well, you better adopt a new belief system then. You know what I mean? Like, you better fucking figure something out then.
They try, but dude, it's not working out for them, dude. They try and, like, work on their clothes. They try to work on their talk and what they do. But
I think about somebody that, like, takes celibacy, right? Like, again, sacrifice could equal privilege.
Yeah.
Right? Like, if their belief is so strong within whatever that is, then maybe they are being fulfilled or find a purpose in it. But, like, you know, you're right, man. Like, there's just nothing like it, dude. Like, a woman and being in love feeds my man, the human, you know, in a way that I don't have access necessarily to. I can accept it. I can accept being without it. But that means that I don't necessarily have access to what the woman is providing with me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Companionship.
Right. You know what I mean?
I mean, everything, literally.
Yeah.
My mother looked at me when she found out it was a pretty serious relationship, and she just said, I always thought I needed a good woman to be fulfilled in life. And I was just like,
well, dude, check this out, bro. Like, I mean, getting on some wild shit, like for me, like, yo, like, what does it, you know, what does it represent? Like, what does it represent? Like, me putting my penis in a girl's mouth, right? Like, real talk, though. Let's get really deep on that, right? Like,
I mean, I haven't thought about it in parameters like that.
Yo, as a man, I'll tell you how I'm feeling about that. That's mine. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you're fucking validating something in me. You know what I mean? And
you're doing something for me.
You know, and there's different concepts, and we can go yin yang and left and right and all around. And this is just a concept. It's not a strict belief, but something that there's something there. You know what I mean? Where it's like, And with a woman, typically, like, the way that we perceive it through, like, the history is, like, submissive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Until she gets what she wants, and then she dominates. But overall, like, that's, like, the posture, and it's, like, that's mine. That's mine. And that dick belongs in my mouth, right?
And also,
or wherever, and
or also, people don't realize this, how big of a part that women or your partner, depending on the roles, play in your life. So, like, people like, a powerful man, there's a powerful woman. Yes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yes, bro. Like, you can have a president of the United States, but he doesn't listen to his fucking wife or whoever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like, I can be submissive in bed, but hey, go do the fucking dishes, dipshit.
Right.
The dishes need done. Hey, there's a socket out in this light, and you need to fix it.
Yeah. Well, I value you. I better do the dishes.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, but that's like reciprocating. Like a woman, and this, that's just an idea, but fuck, dude. This woman, like, is providing something.
Pause really quickly.
Yeah.
How about this?
Tell me.
How about this?
What?
When you go a couple days without having sex with your girl, and she starts copping a fucking too. She starts acting like you're not a man. She's not trying to emasculate you.
Yeah.
Right? But she just does.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you lay the pipe.
Yeah.
And oh boy, it's a whole different story.
Yeah.
I love you so much, baby.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
You put your dick back in my mouth, right? You know what I mean? You take that motherfucker away, and it's like, well, where are you going with that thing?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Why ain't you doing that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You know what I don't like in bed, but I had to learn how to enjoy? I don't like when girls are in control in the bedroom. I don't. I'm a dominant person.
Yeah.
I just am.
And it feeds you, right?
Yeah. And I like being in control.
Now, and it's not just about the sex, right? Because I'll leave that situation and I'll be fuller.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'll be like, okay, okay, man, like, we just made love and I was in that position. I'm like, and you're like, yeah, giving me access.
How about learning how to make love and not just fuck?
That's all I do, bro. I mean, I don't know. I can throw a fucking, I can toss the stick around like a motherfucker. You know what I mean?
Sure.
But I mean, vanilla. Like, you hear about vanilla sex, right? Or whatever it is, but man, fuck all that, bro. Like, I'm connecting on a deeper level than that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, bro. I can fucking get my rocks off with my hand. I'm trying to fucking form connection here. I'm trying to solidify a union, bro. You know what I mean? Like, I want you to feel safe with me, so you help me provide. You know what I mean? Like, and I want you to feel safe. You know what I mean? Like that's how that works. I mean, I guess it's like you just want to. I never was like that though, so that's just how I am. I wanted to feel security and I wanted to offer security. Like, that's what I really wanted, was security. So, like, making love, dude, is like, I mean, that's a super important, that's like to me,
do you think you made love to every woman you've been with?
No.
Okay.
No.
I just want to put that out there.
No.
Right? Because, like, for me, it took a long time for me to, like, be like, oh, you know what I mean? Like, because it's how do I say this? I don't make love to everyone I've ever been with. I just don't, man, because it's like a certain feeling and connection that I get from that person that I'm doing that with.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Like for the most part, though, like, it's, I haven't been with a lot of people, but, yeah, man, that's just like my fucking build, bro. You know what I mean? Like, I get in there and I'm fucking smooth mover, bro. You know what
Smooth
I mean?
Magoo.
Smooth Magoo, cuz. You know what I mean? And like, when I was younger, though, like, I look at it, like, for me, like, there was, like, certain things and core beliefs about myself, and, I wasn't necessarily after what the act was. Like, I didn't want I didn't necessarily want your pussy or your vagina. I wanted your heart. I wanted your soul, because I didn't necessarily know mine. You know what I mean? Like, I was out here trying to reap souls, you know what I mean? Because I didn't know how to really access my own.
You're trying to find yourself in it.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And like that became like big identity shit, you know what I mean? And like you're saying, you know, and so it's like, in order for me to like do that like really successfully, like I need to like capture your attention. And like my experience is that like when you give and appreciate and nurture and care for a person during that act and you make them feel really special, they're more likely to give you what you want. You know what I mean? And so like for me, like there was a really fucking funny relationship there, you know, where after the fact, like I really had to understand like that's a really sacred act, you know, and I'm not here to fucking steal your soul, you know, because I can really disorient. Like people get disoriented and lose themselves in like the act and the display of giving and receiving love. They'll lose themselves in it. You know what I mean? And there's like something about that where like I know like at times in my life, like I can manipulate you as a woman by doing this and that, you know what I mean? And I don't have to then take responsibility to provide for myself emotionally. I'll put all the weight on you for the most part, and I'll hold you emotionally hostage because of it. Now you're infatuated, you know what I mean? And then like it's a whole yucky thing versus you know the act feels good.
You know what I seen this.
We just went down the rabbit hole.
I seen this thing on Twitter.
I'm gonna smoke a cigarette.
Smoke
after
a
that.
fucking cig, dude.
Shit.
Smoke two, dude.
Fuck.
You got another one?
Yeah, get in there.
Oh, I ain't smoking your last
No,
one. That's
no,
your
you're
lucky.
good.
No, I think I got another pack over here. Was there a pack of Camel Crushes? Fuck it. I got a vape. I don't care. So I was on Twitter and like you know, like there's like a meme that's like remember men. You know, guys fuck, you know, who they can, women fuck who they want, right? and then there was this guy on this Twitter response, and it was like, remember, ladies, women fuck who they want, men marry who they want to.
Whoa.
It's like
I'm trying to wrap my head around that right now.
Yeah, man.
Say it again.
Women fuck who they want, but men marry who they want to. That was a response, you know. So men get to choose who they marry. Men choose who they. Yeah, you choose who you fuck, but we get to choose who we marry. You know, and like you know, and like there's some power between that provider and support role, and also, you know, women do have a lot of power, man.
Sure, are you kidding me, bro?
Yeah, women do have. They have a bunch of power, right?
They got the source, dog.
Yo, I gotta go looking for it.
They got the source, bro.
Women can just be like, yo, you wanna go, and what are we gonna do, right? No, man. I mean, there's men that turn it down, of course. You know, there's men that I've turned it down. But like, if a man really is infatuated with a woman already, and they want to do it, all a woman's got to do is just give the green light, and it's all set, ready to go.
For the most part.
But the men, man, we got to put in some effort.
Yeah. Not always, though. Not now.
Not always. But then that goes into what kind of woman are you with?
Mm-hmm. Right.
That goes to like, bro. Yeah. Listen, it don't take much. I'll tell you what. When I immediately moved out of your house and got a bed and somewhere to go, it was like falling out of the sky for me. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Right. It was just like raindrops are falling on my head, and it was like just a little bit of standards got me a long way. Yeah, you know what I mean,
dude. I'm so thankful for I got raised in a house with sisters, 3 of them, and a mom. You know what I mean? So my relationship with you know, that feminine, sensitive side of me, I got to see a lot of struggles with women early on, and I think I got to understand them a little bit different.
You're lucky.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I got to see it and understand it a little different, hear the dialogue, feel the emotion behind, a lot of different things. So, you know, it just, for me, it just wasn't a thing. You know what I mean? I don't know, it just wasn't how I operated. You know, I don't know.
For me, I was always a romantic at heart.
I'm a fucking hopeless romantic.
And then my romanticism got crushed by reality, which was I'm young, girls are young, and it's not as serious as I want it to be. Yeah. Right? And I had this conception of what love was, and then I got crushed so many times, and I was just like, you know what? Fuck this.
Yeah.
I was like, and then I had a lot of meaningless sex. And then, but you know what was good about me having meaningless sex? It made me realize what I wanted. And I wanted meaning. It made me realize, like, I want to settle down.
Like, this ain't working. This ain't giving me what I'm really looking for.
Yeah, I don't want to keep doing this. Like, you know, this isn't the route to go. I don't want to be 30 in my kingdom of a bachelor pad.
So at some point you disassociated, you know, from that, right?
Yeah, I definitely did, man. Because I was it was fun, it was nice, but it was like, okay, and then
it wasn't providing you with what you thought it was supposed to.
And so I got to learn from my own experience, like, I think it's good for everyone to go through a hoe phase, right? I really do. I really think it's good for people to go out there
figure it out
and sexually experience what they want to experience and figure out what it means to them. Right, and be able to live that life in that way. Because also, here's the thing: you got to ride a tricycle before the bicycle.
Shit, I went straight to the bike. You know what I mean? I mean, you know, tomato.
You was riding no-handed on that bicycle, dude.
Poppy put me on a bike right off the rip, dog, and said, "Figure it out, cuz." You know what I mean? You know, like, that's just how it went.
You ain't had no training wheels, dog?
Nah. I told you, we talked about how I lost my virginity in here, bro. Like, I was blacked out on fucking, like, blacked out, don't remember it. You know, like, that shit got crazy. I don't know, dude. I'm hopeless. Like, you were talking about being a romantic, right? For me, like, recently in my relationships, like, the shit that I went through, the trials within, like, you know, she ended up going into treatment and all this stuff, and, like, dude, I just love to write poetry to her. I love to, like, send songs. I love to adore a woman. Like, I just love that. And I love to, like, see the response from that. You know, and she's like, yo, I'm figuring some shit out right now. And she wasn't really seeing it. You know what I mean? Or wasn't able to receive it. And like, I came to a conclusion one time, and I wrote something to myself. You know what I mean? I was just writing. Writing's cathartic for me. It's like a necessary routine for me to stay balanced. You know, it's a very easy vehicle for me. I need to write as much as I need water. And so, like, I came to the conclusion, like, you know, especially now having God, or my conception of God in my life, like, yo, I speak the language of love because I need to. I need that. I need the expression because it brings out the best of me, whether it lands on you or if it lands on God. That's for me. You know, when I was like my limitation was like, oh, you're not seeing this, but really, like, that's the expression of my heart. Like, it's the expression of my heart, and I need to believe in that. I need to, like, really fucking let that fucking be. And so, like, I write, bruh. I write that way. You know what I mean? And it's an ideal, and it's, you know, perfect in my eyes. And when I can express myself that way, and it lands, and it's received, then it's like, it means a lot here. You know what I mean?
My love language is touch.
Mine too.
And quality time.
Mine too.
Those are my two love languages.
Mine too. Yeah, mine too. I like all of them.
Yeah, right. For sure.
Yeah, I like all of them, but those are the two primaries. Yeah,
touch is definitely for me. I think for me the hardest part, I'll never forget this moment. My current fiance looked at me one day and she goes, "Who hurt you?" And I was just like,
everybody.
Everyone I ever loved.
Yeah.
You know? And that's the she still says it. She's like, dude, like, I'm not going to hurt you, Cameron.
Yeah. Well, dude, right now, I mean, like, going through that whole situation, like, I felt rejected in my relationship, you know what I mean? And, like, a bunch of things, you know, and I took things personal. And, you know, like, similar, you know, at some point, like, I disassociated, and I was like, oh, I got to protect myself, you know what I mean? And recently, like, I've been saying that, like, you know what, I don't want to be that way, you know what I mean? Like, I want to perceive this differently. Yeah. You know, because, like, that's important, you know? I was on eggshells for the first 4 months we were together. Right. I was like, what the fuck? You're gonna leave! Yep. And then finally I was just like, you know what? I love this girl so much. Who the fuck cares if she leaves me? Yeah. You know, I do, but, like, at the end of the day, like, fuck it. You know what I mean? Fuck this. Yeah.
if it doesn't go right, oh well. At least I tried. At least I tried to have settled down and stop being a fucking,
I remember when you first told me about her. That's what I remember telling you. Like, do it, then, dude. Go for it.
Yeah.
If she does that for you, then do it.
And she's really been by my side through a lot, man.
She's rode, dog.
Dude. When I was in the hospital, we broke up. She broke up with me?
Yeah, I do remember that. Yes.
You know what she broke up with me for?
No.
Chewing my food too loud.
Yeah, bro. I don't know if I can live with you, dog. You chew too loud.
Yeah, dude. She literally, like, one night I went and I bought takeout, and I was just chewing, enjoying my meal. We're at the kitchen table talking, and she goes, "I'm done." I said, "What?" She goes, "I just can't do this right now."
How shitty did you feel about yourself?
Terrible, dude.
Right? Like, God, I'm just chewing.
I'm like, what the fuck?
I can't even chew. Yeah.
But then this is what's worse, bro. So then, like, she doesn't. So, like, she says she just wanted to, like, coyly, like, basically it annoyed her, and she wanted me to, like, chase her. Okay?
Yeah.
And she wanted me to chase her. Okay? And then she said she just didn't start getting responses from me. Like she would text me and she didn't hear anything from me, and then finally she was just like, "Oh fuck, dude, he's really done." And then, like, I text her days later and I'm in the hospital.
Oh man, I'm looking up something right now about like the book Wild at Heart, and his wife wrote one called Captivating, right? Stasi Eldridge. Hold on.
Captivating.
Yeah, this book, man.
Dude, I might have to take your copy of Wild at Heart and just read it.
Dude, yeah. It's so good, though, man. Hold on. Let me see here. There it is. Okay. Here it is. Ooh, boy. It says in here, let me see, how do I move down? Can I use my hands? Oh, there we go. All right. So it says in here, like, that women crave these things from a man, right? It says that a woman wants to feel captivating or captivated, right? They want to be, that a man's captivated by her. They want enthralled by, right? They want to feel beautiful. Women want to be romanced, romance being effort, right? And they want to feel like they're irreplaceable and that they're worth the fight, And if a woman doesn't feel like she wants that, right? She's like, I want to know that you're going to fucking fight for me. I want to know that I'm irreplaceable to you. And that's why they have control issues, That's what they suggest in here. And they want to feel beautiful. Like, and if you can do those things, dude, it's going to work out. You know what I mean? And this book is fucking great, dude. It's so good.
You know what she told me one day, and it blew my mind. So, like, in those 4 months period, we would have, like, fights and arguments throughout our relationship, like any couple does. And I'd be like, "You want me to leave?" And she'd be like, "No, we're having a fucking argument. I don't want you to leave."
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, we doing this.
And she's like, "No, we're just having an argument, dude." And me, I take everything on 10. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'm just like, "Oh, this is this? Okay." I'm jumping off of the bridge.
So here it goes. Ready? It says that the first one, a woman wants to be romanced. Every woman wants to be wanted, to be pursued, to be loved. They are not saying a woman is incomplete unless she has a man who wants, pursues, and loves her. In fact, they specifically say no man can fully satisfy this desire. Only God can, is what it's saying in here, because it's about God. And then it says, two, to play, every woman wants to play an irreplaceable role in a shared adventure. Women were not created to be boring, busy machines of routine. They crave adventure and want to matter just like men do, but they want to pursue adventure and meaning in conjunction with relationships as an essential part of a team. Second one, right? And third one, everyone wants to unveil beauty. Every woman wants to be beautiful on the outside, but more than that, every woman wants to be beautiful on the inside. And every woman wants to create beauty in this world. I think we, men especially, but also women, almost completely misunderstand the importance and power of beauty. Beauty is essentially a vision of things the way they should be. There is beauty in art, in music, in a garden, in a family laughing together, in an elderly couple holding hands. Beauty is the holiness and grandeur of God. A woman's desire to unveil beauty is an innate desire to reveal the glory of God, or the God within herself. The goddess within herself.
No, man, I definitely... Yo, that's crazy when you said that. When you say God within herself. Because, like, let's be honest, dude. Like, what do people worship? You know, women always say, like, you can't worship me as a sex symbol. And, like... There's a reason why women are more attractive than men. like by far, right? Like me and you are tiddlywinks. I mean, like when you look at a woman, you're like, damn, dude, they're beautiful. Yeah. You know?
But dude, like, I don't know, like, I've asked this question to a lot of people, you know what I mean, based on this book, and I've had these dialogues, and like hearing, you know, like if you present, you know, like for you, if a woman fucking had an adventure to go on, right? And like she was like in this adventure, would you want to go into her adventure, or would you want to sweep her up into yours?
She is the adventure. Huh? Like she's part of the adventure,
right?
You know what I mean? Like okay, what's the more enthralling stage of a relationship? When you're already with the person?
Well, let me put it like this.
Okay.
So, a woman swinging from a vine like fucking Tarzan.
Yeah. You're
swinging from a vine like Tarzan. You gonna drop the fucking vine and jump on her vine and let her swing you around? Or are you gonna want to swing her up under your arm?
I'm trying to swing her arm.
Right. You know what I mean? Ask a woman like, yo, like given, like you got a full man, right? And he's fucking tearing down shit, bruh. Like, do you want to be swept up? Or do you want to sweep a man up? You know what I mean? And it's like, for the most part, it's like, yeah, man, I want to feel the security of fucking, like, a big man swooping me up and saying, I got you. Let's roll. Check out this world. I'm going to carve out a space. You know what I mean? And I want you to flourish and dance around in it. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Yeah, I want to see you blossom.
Facts, man. You know, when it comes to women, especially, man, there's something to be said about that. The bad boys, the mysterious edge, the tall, dark, and handsome ones that are quiet. Like it's an air of mystique. You know, I shouldn't be around this, but I'm going to be. Yeah. It's like I shouldn't touch this, but I'm going to, right? And I think like for a man. When I seen Jane swinging on that vine, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's mine.
That's right.
That's what I want.
Yeah, man. Right. You know, like for me, it's like, I mean, I express this to my girl, you know, a lot, dude. Like, yo, I need to fucking twirl you about. I love that. Like, yo, let's go dance. Let's go fucking on an adventure. Let's go do some shit. Let's get into some shit together.
Do you know what my girlfriend gave me?
Huh?
She taught me how to sing, dude.
Ooh, what?
I swear to God.
Drop some.
She taught me how to sing, man. And it's one of my favorite things to do with her is we sing.
What, dude? I love that.
Like I literally, like, I can't explain it, man. I sing now constantly. And I just sing. And I used to never be able to sing. And when we talk about value, man, like a woman just added so much value to my life, and it was because when I was with women beforehand, I wasn't giving what I wanted value from that, and I wasn't finding it, man. I just wasn't.
Yeah, for sure.
That connection you talked about.
Yeah, it's deep, dude. It's powerful, dog. It's powerful. Life's easier, you know, with each other. You know, it makes sense. We fit, you know, like that. It's just, you know, again, like codependency. Like we hear about that a lot. You know, you shouldn't be codependent, motherfucker. I should absolutely depend on my partner.
Yeah.
Like, why else would I be in a fucking relationship?
People always say, like, relationships 100 and 100 or 50-50. Man. Bro, some days it's 70-30.
Right.
Some days it's 60-40. Some days it's 90-10. Some days it is 100 and 100. Mm-hmm. Right?
Right.
Ups and downs, dude.
Yeah. You gotta figure it out together, bro. Like, I want to be able to depend. I want to find security. I want to feel security and safe.
Yeah.
Within that.
I want to feel like no matter what happens down the line, that I got my person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I got my person. Right. I got the person.
Right. For them vows for richer or poorer, better or worse. Like, we gonna figure it out, boy. Man, we traveling down the road.
Hold on. I'm gonna leave you with something before we cut this.
What you leaving me with, though?
So this is some Greek mythology.
Ooh. What? I love Greek mythology, bro. Which one?
Hold on. We're getting there.
Persephone?
This is dope. This is dope. You're going to love this.
The Odyssey. Odysseus. Just spitting Greek names out there, bro.
Hold on, I gotta find it. It's part of the mythology. It's about Zeus. According to Greek mythology, humans were originally created with 4 arms, 4 legs, and a head and 2 faces. Fearing their power, Zeus split them into 2 separate parts, condemning them to spend their lives in search of their other halves.
Twin flames, soul entanglement. You know what I mean?
I had this moment with her where I looked at her and I said, I swear to God, I dreamt of you for so many years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like in so many past lives, and I found you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been looking for you since I was born.
Right. That's literally how I got goosebumps right now just talking about it. But just reading that, like, split them into separate parts, condemning them to spend their lives in search of their other halves.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, dude.
Yeah.
When you feel it, like I know you felt it and I felt it, dude. When you feel that, it's a sense of empowerment that's just engraved in your, like, holy, like your world slows down.
Strong, bro.
Your world slows down.
That's some strong shit, bro. Man. All right. Leave me with something. Ask me one more, and then we'll run off. Ask me something, and we'll run it out.
What's a moment, the happiest moment that you've had in 2020 in review? Because we talked about them bad, ugly mental health days, but what was that moment you can look back on 2020 and just smile?
Oh boy. That moment in 2020 I can look back on and just, dude, it has to be the fucking adventure with my little dude. It gots to be that, man. Like, the amount of pride I felt, dog. Man. It has to be just looking at my son brimming with fucking strength. Yeah.
Seeing the young bull walk.
Yeah, dog. Yeah, that gots to be it. That gots to be it. And feeling like I'm doing something right. Yeah, what about you?
My happiest moment in 2020?
Yeah.
It was facing my fears. Whether it was financial, whether it was in a relationship, whether it was my idea of where I needed to be. It was coming to terms with the things that I did in my past and stepping up to the plate. Man, my happiest moments it wasn't one moment. It was a combination of everything I went through in the year, man.
Yeah.
And just being, realizing I don't have to live in fear anymore.
Well, shit, you fucking, like, set a moment, dog. Like, you fucking, like, if that's the case.
Okay, the happiest moment?
Yeah.
The happiest moment?
Yeah.
The happiest moment. Oh, man, it was when I got engaged.
Yeah.
It was when I got engaged, man. It was when I was I was so nervous, dude. Did I ever tell you about that? We talked about this. Dude, I literally I did it in front of people. So we did it where we took
outside of the zoo.
Yeah, the entrance where you can see the whole lights.
Yeah.
We were in front of people, and my mom was supposed to go, but she got COVID. Okay, so she was supposed to be the photographer, and we took the pictures at our first year is where I engaged to our first date, and it was like right on our year mark is where I took her.
Great.
And so we walked up, and I'm like, there was a part where I was going to propose to her before then, and it was only because I wanted to do it alone, and I was scared to do it in front of people. But I decided not to, so we walked up to the entrance, and I'm like, hey, we should take a picture, where we did last year. She's like, oh my God, yeah, it's like a good idea. And there was this person, and I was like, can you take a picture of us? And they were like, yeah. And we walked up to where we were going to stand, and I got on my knee, and I was like, will you marry me? And she just started crying, and I was just, you want to talk about captivated?
Yeah.
Talk about enthralled.
In awe.
I was just lost in that moment for in this space-time continuum, dude.
You're it, baby. Right?
Yeah, dude. People were clapping, and I couldn't even hear them clap. You know what I mean?
It's just us, baby, right?
Yeah, dude.
Y'all was swinging, bro.
Yeah. So that was probably the happiest moment.
So we got a free one that supplied free. Yondo supplied something to the world. So let's yamp